At 15 seconds, guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo.
Now, I'm sure that most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes, he said yes, he said yes.
Greetings, ladies, gentlemen, non-binaries, and sentient artificial intelligence. Join us on this journey to find the others. Because no matter where we find ourselves in this multiverse, the act of existing is all too familiar.
Guys? Is anybody out there? Hello?
The mushroom has a tremendous problem-solving ability.
Herb is a plant. Herbs are good for everything.
As we look across this great expanse and stare at the stars, we can't help but be reminded these lights, though we're seeing them all at the same time, happen across a multi-billion-year delta. Some of those fires burned millions of years ago, some billions, but all of them happened so we could experience them in this one singular moment.
They called us scouts. They called us seekers. They called us Hoosier. But we were destined to question everything.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. Tell you about DMT. The DMT. Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Hoosiers with the dream. Sophisticated blasphemy. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Question all the things that you know. So let's set our minds free for the singularity. It's the Hoosier Sophisticate Show. The Hoosier Sophisticate Show.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you that may be driving, perhaps this isn't the best time to listen to this, but for all of you that are still perhaps sitting at your desk at work, in your cubicle, maybe in your bed or at your kitchen table at home, enjoying a cup of coffee, we like to start our day with a little meditation. And so today, we're going to go on an adventure in our minds. It will feel relaxing and fun at the same time. So when you are ready, close your eyes and listen to the sound of my voice. As you really pay attention to each word, just let your body relax more and more. The soothing sound of each word is like a wave of relaxation that enters the top of your head and travels down your entire body. It relaxes each and every muscle. Your neck begins to feel very relaxed. Your jaw is relaxed, and even your eyes and forehead begin to let go of any tension or tightness. Your body takes a break from all the morning's activities and knows it can rest and be still for these moments in perfect harmony and peace. The rest of your body relaxes now. Your shoulders, arms, chest, midsection, hips, and back. Your hands relax, even each finger, one by one. The relaxation now continues its journey down your upper legs, your knees, lower legs, into your ankles, down to your feet, and into each and every toe. Now your body feels completely at ease and like you're floating on a cloud. It's so very peaceful and enjoyable. As we begin this day, we focus on kindness and choosing to use our words gently when we speak to ourselves and others. We're going to pay attention to our thoughts and guide them in a way that makes us and others feel good. We do this because it actually feels better inside and creates a positive environment and a happy day. We simply feel better and experience more happiness and goodness when we are kind with our words, thoughts, and actions. Today, we also focus on being helpful to others. Being a team player is important because it makes life happier and so much more fun. When we help others, the other person benefits, of course, but we do too. Helping others demonstrates kindness in action. Being helpful lets others know they are not alone, and it brightens their day. Think back to a time when someone helped you. How did that make you feel? It was a wonderful gift. You can give that same gift today and every day by being kind and helpful to others with words and actions. Of course, not everyone is always so kind and helpful, but these are the people who need it most. Maybe they've never had an example of kindness or helpfulness. And by your example, they can choose to change for the better and be happier and kinder too. Now, when you're ready, take in a deep breath and bring your attention back to where you are. You've done an amazing job relaxing and using your brilliant mind to think about things in new ways. So bring back all the feelings of goodness and allow that to guide this wonderful day. He said, uh-oh. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient artificial intelligence, flora and fauna alike, to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show, live to you every Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. We're going to have to figure out something for Mondays. Camera for just... Let's see that my meditation got Steve nice and calm. Is that for real not working right now?
Go to main chat.
Main chat?
Main chat, maybe?
Nope.
It's on. It's
I
on.
just lane 2, and I was in the opposite lane.
No, it's this cord.
driving
It's this
towards
cord.
A semi.
It's this cord. God, I gotta poop so bad,
This
dude.
is too calm. I'll hold the fort down. It's almost like you didn't know we're
I
doing
gotta
this
poop.
whole thing, chasing our dreams. Like,
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Virtual school's got me on tilt.
turn me off.
We're gonna turn back on. This thing should be on now.
Okay, let's try it. Whatever. I'm just gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to the people that are listening.
Talk to him.
Ross, I apologize to you. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the chat cam here so that Steve made it, Jenny said. No thanks
I
to
did.
you, Jenny.
Nope, it was all me. It was all me this morning.
Thanks to you, Jenny. Dennison, I'm speaking to you from the void right now. I got everybody so calm and collected,
He
so much so that
disappeared.
it killed our camera.
Disappeared.
Our camera fell asleep from my meditation. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in on the mornings. This is really starting to be. I woke up this morning. Hello.
I did. We did it, bud. We did it, bud. We're back. Hold on, is this
Your
real?
wife's
Is
gonna-
this for real?
That's how your wife's gonna start her day with me? That's how she's gonna
Yeah,
start
man.
this day?
Yeah, she is.
I'm
She
into
will.
it. I'm
She
into it.
will,
I'm
and
into
she
it.
have no qualms about it.
About time you
Hey,
start.
man, I'm here. Hey, good to see you.
Good morning,
Good
pal.
to see you. I was gonna be about 11 minutes early.
Yeah, no worries.
I was.
I was holding the fort
And
down.
then Jenny calls me up. She's like, "Hey, do you happen to have
Hey,
all of the kids?"
my boss is gallivanting about in the mountains.
I know,
And I
right?
gotta get to work so I can be a responsible adult.
Yeah.
You think you can take care of our kids today?
My work report is I gotta look at all of Adam Bunring's cool pictures.
All of his neat
I gotta look at
vacation
his cool pictures. Cool.
with our friends. that are-
Slideshow. This is where we did the awesome thing.
This is the time that me and my wife got freaky naughty in a hot tub in the mountains.
And then here is also another mountain and some water. Whoa, Montana, crazy.
Wow,
Good. Way
big
better than
sky
that.
country,
Whoa,
buddy.
awesome. I'm so happy for
Get it.
everybody.
Your life's
Hooray,
amazing.
Steve. Hooray,
I'm happy you're
Steve.
here, buddy.
I'm here. No,
excited
all the
for this
virtual
day.
school stuff
Dude.
in my car.
Yeah, it's all right.
Book bags, laptops. I hate virtual school. And I was gonna be the guy when it first came on. I'm like, sweet, this is the future.
This is
Here
the story
we
of
go.
a girl.
Cried a river and dried the whole world. And then light and no need. I say, everybody gonna get ready.
Go ahead.
So, virtual school, I can't handle the dang thing, okay? I thought it would be a good deal where we're heading towards the future. Whoa, Steve, children, we're heading towards the future. This is where everything's gonna be. College classes are online. You can learn anything.
Anything.
That's your motivation. I made things yesterday too.
I saw you make things, bud. I'm with you. Wait, I had some. Here's the
I
thing.
made things.
I had some.
Virtual school sucks balls.
Yeah, I
man.
don't want to cut you off. Keep going.
Well then, okay, so then I got all the crap in my car. Listen, the teachers, God bless them. It's tough for them. I know that. It's hard. They've had some time. I feel like there's a better system. Clever, the clever thing, you know how you said Landon was on 80 different things on, he has to do this, take a picture here, put it on here, do this, go to this file, take this one over here. Well, they have this thing called Clever.
Is
And-
it all the classes?
Yeah.
For the most part.
All of Ivan's and Oliver's, I believe, are on this Clever
That's a
system.
freaking relief.
Is it?
I don't know. My son's in 8th grade.
Let
He's
me-
got 14
let me
different
explain
places
it to
to
you.
check.
Because they had an update, must have had a update on the app or the whatever program that is.
Okay.
So I go to Grandma's yesterday picking
Sure.
up the stuff.
Naturally.
She's, what button does what now? The whole interface is changed right when they get into it. Right when My mom and Jenny's
why
mom.
would you do that to kids?
Who are
And
saints.
grown adults?
That's the deal. Ivan kind of got it before Mama did.
I'm sure.
And Mama's looking at me, what's going on? Like, I know what changes have happened inside I don't. I wish I did. I wish I could help them. I wish it was different. And maybe this is the first year of this, so it's going to get better. Because, buddy, I don't think... Send her asses back to school.
We have no levels on because 1 and 2 aren't on, bud.
See what happens?
See what happens when we got to rush? It's gonna sound really good. Guys, it took you how many minutes to tell us our mics are low? We're talking into a mic across the gosh damn room.
This is the microphone we've been talking into.
They can't even see it. It's so fucking far off camera. I'm not fuck. I didn't mean to say the fuck word. I'm sorry. Start your day.
I win!
You broke it. You broke it yesterday 2 seconds after you did it. No. Oh yes, you did, sir. It's on.
We weren't counting that as real. That was a joke when I
really?
said F you, sir. You want to start again now?
Yes, I do. We won't cuss for the rest of this show.
Ever
Shake
again.
on it, pal. We're never cussing again. COVID. I think I really did spit on my hand. I didn't really want to.
I didn't spit on my hand.
I
either.
accidentally did.
I did. Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't really want to. No, Ross is. Listen, you're gonna learn something real quick. Yeah, you're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something real quick. I don't listen to anything Ross tells me, ever, and I won't.
Yeah, why would we?
I will.
I'll never listen to Ross ever. I thought y'all sounded far away.
Now that we're here, so far away. Anyway, so I'm feeling like singing this morning. So here's the deal. You called me, and you're like, hey, bud. Got a school emergency.
I guess you could call it that.
I got a school emergency, and I'm like, okay, man.
Your meditation was so good.
Did you like my meditation?
It's getting better and better every day.
Here's the problem, bud.
Because the first day was shit.
The first day was shit. Did you just lose the...
I'm sorry. No, I said shit.
Oh, shit. I said shit, too. Good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. Let's not talk about shedding our pens.
Shit.
I have my headphones today. Cuss away. I felt like... So I added a couple of my favorite little moments and tidbits that have happened in the course of this show's history.
You did?
I added them. But the meditation was kind of so calming. I did not think about potentially having to throw to one of those videos. Like the Doblin, after the first day, it's a slow, easy conversation. Yeah. He's got a nice baritone to his voice.
Sure.
A hearty tenor. Sure. So that's kind of neat. But then like the two that I put in were kind of high energy. And I'm like, the last thing I want to do is go from this gentle.
Yeah, no, that's what we want to. No, that's what I want to do with the morning meditation to the motivation. I want to do a Shia LaBeouf type style thing.
We'll motivate these mother fathers.
Oh, well, here's the deal. You can't let anything get you down, people. All right? Don't let anything ever get you down.
You got that right.
Ever. Okay. Well, yeah, no, you can let stuff like get you down for a moment, but don't let it keep you down, okay? Because there's a bunch of crap that's going to happen in the world, right? You're going to be living your life. You're going to think you got things figured out, and then bam, you get fisted. Bam, fist right in the keister, okay? And you're going to think, oh, I should just give up. I keep getting fisted in my face all the time. I can't handle it anymore. Well, guess what, man? That's when you say, I ain't taking no more crap. I don't take no crap from nobody. No one should take any crap from no one. You think you're here to take crap from people? You think all of the miracles that have had to happen for you to be on earth, that you're here to take crap from somebody? That's your purpose in life. That's your purpose, to take crap. Well, today's the day you take no more crap, okay? And I'm even talking about from your own psyche inside, when your inside voices start saying, you can't do that, Steve. You're a loser. No one will love you. You're a disappointment. Nothing will change. Guess what? I ain't taking crap from my own head.
This is motivation, buddy.
Don't take crap from nobody. okay? Including yourself.
Feeling that. Feeling that.
Should I smash this thing right now?
Listen, can I just build on that? Because I feel like I don't want to step on your motivation. I just think it's in addition to.
Yeah. No, please.
I just want to look over it. Now it's my turn to step on what I said. Based off what he said, don't take crap. Okay? Oh yeah, we had our buddy Brian Kessler after a long day of drinking at the Aubrey Matthews washer tournament. It was about 5 a.m. He's pretty loaded up, and he goes, "Give no shits, man. Just give no shits."
Did he say that, or did he say?
Well, he said the real word.
Oh, we're not doing that.
But I want to build on what you said. I see pride. I see power. I see a badass mother who don't take no crap off of nobody.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I know, man.
Feel the rhythm.
Feel the rhyme.
Don't stop now. It's bobsled time. Is that what they say?
It's feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled.
Get on up.
Get on up. Get on up.
Get on up. Get on up. Get on up. I didn't know you can move your feet like that.
Yeah, my knee just twisted.
Yeah, you did like an Exorcist 360.
Yes. It turns out an MCL helps with your lateral movement.
Who knew? How is everyone doing this morning? Oh, wait, we don't care. Craig, what do we got on the show today?
We've already hit him with the meditation. We've already hit him with the motivation. So now you just get to hear us fart in a microphone for 2.5 hours.
Microphone time?
It's farting a microphone day. It's Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, look at my shirt on the green screen. Guys, here's the deal. You can watch us anywhere. And if you want to listen to the show, if you want these sultry voices to just tickle your ear hair all day long, okay, what are those called? Cilia or something?
I don't know. Educate me. Here, I'll tell you.
I don't know. I think they're called something like that. Cilia, philia. There's little hairs in your ears, okay? And we're going to tickle them with our voices, okay? That's what we do. Okay? So today, you're going to be like, whoa, why is my ear getting
Stereocilia.
Cilia. Is that what I said?
Stereocilia.
Did I say Cilia?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, did I say Cilia? So Periscope, help Jen out with Periscope. Periscope is an app right associated with Twitter.
Indeed.
If you have a Twitter, I'm pretty sure you have a Periscope. Yeah. You need to just download the Periscope app. It's just like watching a video on Twitter. Same interface. The thing you can do, though, bud, The thing you can do, though,
What can you do, bud?
The thing you can do, bud, is you can take Periscope and you can put it away. You can swipe it away.
Put it in your keister pocket.
Put it in your prison wallet,
pal.
You put it in there, and then you can still hear it. You can still hear it. We got Ryan Watts on the line. Bud.
I can't wait,
buddy.
He and I, we chatted the night away last night. Oh yeah. Dude, those drums, they get me. It's like
that gets me fired up.
Gets me
war
fired
drums.
up too. You know what else?
War drums.
You know what else gets me fired up?
Oh yeah.
1,800 cannabinoids of total cannabinoid goodness. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois.
Thank you, Daddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, Daddy.
Guys, this is our Native Hip Moment of Clarity.
Here's the deal, guys. Listen to us on Periscope or don't. We don't care. We're two guys, and we're trying to follow our dreams. Is it weird? Do you feel weird lately with this venture happening? Because this is a big boy step.
I'm struggling right now. I found out yesterday that I'm struggling balancing my responsibilities.
For sure.
We're dads. We're husbands. I have another job. I'm trying to figure out where.
I have another job too. Okay.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. We have another job. Sorry, I didn't say we. This is my problem.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Sorry,
I have a job.
My heart's still beating from the drums. I have a job.
Yeah, why are you're shaking
Only
up?
I have a job.
You are
It's the
shaking up.
coffee again, I'm not gonna lie.
Is it meth level of coffee?
I was reading that meditation. I'm like, get it together, bud.
Oh, I thought your voice sounded great.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Because the first day was
I think that was also it was
excitement.
The first day. It was the first day. I was very excited.
Today, if you didn't hear the meditation at the beginning of this,
Don't drive while you're doing it. I can't tell people.
No, you can. I drove when I did it.
Just don't close your eyes.
I did. It's fine. I made it. It's fine.
You're not
Everybody else can do it.
True.
I won the knee driving competition.
Yeah.
And at CBC, we had a competition so you could drive around the streets of Clayton fast enough. Fast.
Missy says this coffee's outrageous. I can see noises.
Yeah, ooh, you make a strong pot of coffee, don't you? Strong pot of A lot of people say espresso will get the job done, but
will help you taste color and see music.
Yeah, I'm the ladies' man.
I like that this character has come out in the last week or so. We're bringing back the ladies,
man. Yeah, so you're being a terrible father and husband is what you're saying.
Yeah, more than that. More than that, I'm falling short in all kinds of areas of my life. I started to. So I take for granted, even though I'm a lot closer to what is now work.
Is yours a frosty root beer?
Yeah, I was thirsty. I know I'm going to be thirsty later.
Big old
in hour
frosty
3
root beer.
when this thing's gone. Anyway. Gotta wet my whistle.
Frosty root beer.
I take for granted I am a guy that I act as though I have a teleporter. Like, even though I'm 12 minutes from the house, that seems like such a win over the typical commute of my business day for the last 4 years.
I'm learning that.
That I'm like, okay, well, after I'm done at the studio, I'm just going to run home real quick, which I'm going to have to again today. This is the second day I've left the house without my wallet. Like, I'm just like, what am I doing, bud? My life's scrambled. So I got to run home again. And by the time I do that, that's a 30-minute round trip by the time I do that.
Oh, more than that
because you got time in between.
Yeah.
You know?
You're getting out of the car.
So then yesterday, like after leaving here, and it was very exciting because there were some movers and some shakers in the cannabis industry that came through Sweet Leaf.
We might have weed this week, bud.
We may have weed this week in dispensaries. So for all of you listening throughout the Missouri cannabis, give them the scoop.
Yeah, scoop.
But there were people here. We got a chance to hang with Jason for a little bit, talk about plans going forward. I've still got customers. I've still got things I got to do for my 9 to 5, which isn't my 9 to 5 anymore. It's my 11 to 5. But it's my 12:30 to 3.
12. Well, 1 to.
It's my 1 to 2
2:30.
2. It's my 1 to 2. It's my 1 to 2. It's good. So I was trying to balance, whether or not I was going into the office, and I was starting to go to the office, but I had to go back home. By the time I got back home, I'm like, I think I could probably just do this work from home today. And I did. I got a lot done yesterday, but I was not as much as I'd like to get done. And God love my kids. God love my kids.
Well, you should love them too, not just God.
No, just God. I'm gonna need to lean into God here for a minute because my kids aren't understanding that when Daddy's home during the day, Daddy's not home during the day.
I know it's tough.
I get it.
It's tough.
I get it.
Because when you're older, they put you in a home.
Totally.
And they go, yeah.
And they're going to be like, hey, look, remember that time you told me to, here's an iPad. Now don't shit your pants.
Yes, exactly. So
I get it.
You'll be Neuralinked up by then. You won't have to worry about it. Be like, let me poop everywhere.
I will be hooked up to the DMT time machine.
I
will be hooked up intravenously, traversing the multiverse. And my kids are going to be like, he's still shitting himself, but he has no idea that he's here.
Yeah,
so
cool.
That's nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I care.
And he has no idea we're here. Perfect situation for us.
Poor Craig. His kids adore him. Whoa.
I know.
They don't get it. They don't get it.
And they don't adore you.
They don't adore me either. It's really just about entertaining them. It's not an adoration.
Yeah.
It's, hey, entertain me. I'm bored. Go.
Do your kids say they're bored?
Garden, pal. They're not allowed to.
Yeah. Ivan
Not often, but they do sometimes.
Oliver is never bored. He's always got something to do. He's always doing something, especially Fortnite now. He can get lost a couple hours in that, so then anything on top of the cake besides that is good.
They into this Among Us game? They playing the
Oh yeah, I played it.
It's kind of neat. Yeah, Trevor. I played a few games with Trev last night. It's a cool idea.
I lost interest in it.
Baby, I know. It's these are all jokes. This is 3 hours of jokes in the morning. We're just reeling for content. All right, we can have this conversation right now. None of this is serious. Not a thing.
Among Us kind of got boring because you can really go in there and mess with some people.
Oh, I do it all the time.
It's great. My thing is, what the game concept is, you're on a spaceship with a bunch of other little space guys, but everyone has a different color. You all have tasks to complete around the spaceship, so you have to spread out in different directions. Well, one person is an imposter, a murderer.
Up to 3 people. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I was playing the one. Yeah. 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The 2 one is the best because it kind of. But okay, so you have these 1 to 3 people who are killing other people, and then you can call emergency meetings if you think it's the
kick them off the spaceship.
And so you have a vote to see who you kick off the ship. They're out floating in space, and then it types underneath whether you got it right or whether you got it wrong.
Correct.
I immediately go in there because I assume I'm playing with kids like Oliver, and I'm like, it's red. I know it. I have a feeling in my heart of hearts. Call it a gut instinct. Red's the killer. Guys, please believe me on this. And who knows who you're playing with? They think, oh, okay. Some of them are on board. The first time I did it, it actually was red. So Oliver's losing his mind. He's like, whoa! I can't believe it. I can't believe he did it. You knew it was red. How'd you do that? And everyone went with me. Well, now if you jump on there and start immediately accusing people, everyone says, that's sus. That's so sus, man.
What is the deal with that?
Sus is the new cool thing. Sus is I made that up.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. When I was 11, I made it up, and it never caught on. Way ahead of my time. Yeah, so I was like, that's sus as hey, bro. I said this hey.
Dang, dude.
I almost say H-E devil. Yes! You just said it. You just cussed. You did not say shet.
You want to run it back?
You did not say shet.
You want to run it back?
Yep. Click on it right now.
It's probably playing. Ah!
Hold on. I got it.
I just missed it. If you go on Periscope, maybe you can. You didn't hear the shit?
Oh my god.
All right, listen.
I don't know about that.
Run it back.
I don't know about that.
Hey, listen. Dr. Ross Gresham wanted to let us know that it's Stephanie Gresham's 34th birthday today. I just figured I'm just reading the prompter.
Stephanie Gresham, happy birthday to you. Ready? Happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday, happy day, happy birthday. No one loves you.
34 years on this planet.
Hey, no, everyone loves you. You're a great human being. We always enjoy your company.
Steve, on this day in history, you're going to really appreciate this.
Are you listening to the show?
Yeah, proven points. we gotta have a low volume here.
Let's have a loop.
I can let you know.
We're gonna play the show in a round. You're welcome, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, no worries. Hey, yeah.
Thank Ross. Thank Ross for bringing it to our attention because we had no idea.
Hey, we love you, babe.
Dennison,
Steve, you're going to love this bit of history today in history.
Okay.
You're going to love it for your yaya, bud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for your yaya, you're going to love it.
Already in.
In the last great clash of the galleys, the Ottoman navy is defeated at Lepanto, Greece, by a Christian naval coalition under the overall command of Spain's Don Juan de Austria. We're coming at you with this day in history facts all day long, but I want
what year
to
was
start
this?
to stay off.
19. Hold on. No, let me guess.
No, you're going to have to dig. This is how long the Ottomans have been up to their shit.
Tell me again what happened.
The last great clash of the galleys. That should give it away a little bit. The Ottoman navy is defeated at Lepanto, Greece.
Dang.
By a Christian naval coalition under the overall command of Spain's Don Juan de Austria.
Are we talking 1700s?
Actually, even before that.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm
How
saying.
long was the Ottoman Empire around?
The Ottoman Empire was around for a hot minute, and you know what they did? They just drug their dirty decks all over the entire globe. That's what they did.
They tried.
1571, bud.
They tried.
The Greeks kept them at bay.
The Greeks kept
actually, the Spaniards did at Greece. Greece was like, guys, need a little help here.
They're like, guys, need a little help here. Come on, guys. That's what we do, man. No, we're artists and warriors.
All kinds of things. You were all kinds of things. Actually, I was watching a pretty cool thing the other day that was talking about the seven wonders of the world.
Can you name them all?
I couldn't. There was a bunch
pyramids.
Of pyramids, Colossus of Rhodes.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon. That's the ancient world.
The Temple of King Mausolus.
My dick.
my dick. Dick's not bad. Dick's on the thing. You can actually say dick on the radio.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Context matters, but it's okay.
It's my friend Dick.
It's Dick Sargent.
Dick York?
Sergeant York. God, we just pulled the fuck.
Yeah!
I didn't say it! I almost did. I said we just pulled the fuck.
Oh, you're like a kid.
I almost went fudging.
Want to hear something?
I almost went fudging.
Oh, great. Go on. Were you saying something?
Yeah, I was talking about how there are like the hanging gardens, the hanging gardens of Babylon. Sure.
Okay.
Whatever.
I thought that was of the ancient world because there's seven wonders of the ancient world.
Yes. Well, that's what they were covering, and they're trying to find some of them still stand, like the pyramids, and they were trying to find the original sites and the proof of this, and in texts and. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon was like one of the hardest ones for him. So it was supposedly constructed under King Nebuchadnezzar II, and he did it because...
Like the Matrix?
Just like the Matrix. But he kept detailed, like crazy detailed records of everything that happened in cuneiform. But there aren't any records of these gardens. And the reason being was because like apparently he was married to like this Iranian princess who is now his queen, and she hated being in the desert, and she was from like this mountainous, very lush range and region, and so he had them create this so that when she looked out her windows, it would be like being home. But there was like no records of it in anything that he did, but there were records from the Greeks about and like in great detail, and all of these people are like, listen. First off, the Greeks can't keep a secret, okay? A little loose-lipped, if you know what I'm saying. But more than anything, they kept their writers at the time just kept insanely, almost scientific notes of what they took about. And so like, I can't remember which Greek philosopher, writer, or whatever wrote this down, but he like in great detail. Which, by the way, if you go, there's a museum in Germany that has like the entrance from Babylon at the time, like the entire, like the wall. It's inside of a museum that you can like go in and like they have deconstructed it and reconstructed it inside of this museum. And I was like, why wasn't that the thing that they talked about in Babylon? Like, if this isn't the thing that they talked about in Babylon, the Hanging Gardens had to be the craziest thing you've ever seen.
Was Babylon in Iraq? Or where did they?
Roughly. Yeah.
Okay.
That area.
Did you hear the podcast about the Greeks and the psychedelics on Rogan?
Well, yes.
The Graham Hancock.
I've been balls deep in the Eleusinian mysteries for like a month, and so when that came up,
the Elysian, is that what you said?
Eleusinian.
Yeah.
And
well, it's weird too. My name before I came over here was Alianis.
That means you came. You probably were. Your people were a part of the Eleusinian cult.
Could you imagine that though? I'm drawn to all this now. I thought of it's kind of a little Disney movie.
I think it's very. I think it's not a coincidence, bud.
I can't tell if he's messing with me or not right now.
I'm not messing with you.
Because if your people did come from this, I mean, almost a cult, like, no, not really a cult.
Kind of, but yeah.
But they had these experiences. They had these rituals, and then it kind of gets lost through time, because I think about all the rituals we lost in Native America. How many of these ceremonies that we lost and changed along the way, or adapted into other things. If that calling comes to an ancestor later down the road, what?
What's crazy is that this thing was so big, the pilgrimage to Eleusis.
Was that the city's name, or was that the temple?
That was the site. It was probably more than a temple, but it wasn't like an inhabited city.
Okay, yeah.
It was like Mecca in the sense that people made a pilgrimage to it.
Yeah.
And pretty much most of the ancient world's greatest thinkers made this pilgrimage. And the deal is that it was the original Las Vegas. What happened there stayed there. You weren't allowed to talk about what you saw. You weren't allowed to talk about what you did. And where it differs from Vegas is you could only do it once in your lifetime. So you could only go once. You could only go and do it once. And they didn't know what it was. They still don't know. They speculate what it is. And like the guy was breaking down, like, you know, they have ideas that maybe it was ergot based or maybe it was mushroom based, and they're not 100% sure. The argument for mushrooms is pretty captivating, like pretty compelling. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The idea is like it probably was some kind of psychedelic ceremony that ultimately allowed people to let go of these polytheistic and monotheistic ideas of God and the afterlife and life in general, and gave people a glimpse of the eternity. And so people would travel from all over the world, thousands of miles, for this ceremony, for this pilgrimage, to have their eyes open to this great mystery. And while we speculate all of the things that they may have been doing, there, like, one thing we can point to was that there was a guy, I don't know if he was banished or if I don't think he was executed. I think he was stripped of titles and everything because he was throwing parties administering the mystery. So
the wine, which I thought that was so interesting, just the history of wine itself. Yeah. Wine was always mixed with spices, herbs, whatever these people.
Wine was safer to drink than water at the time. Like, it went through a distilling process.
And the fact that, this recipe and the science of dating, and there's a new science, fairly new science, about how to tell what kind of chemicals were in these vessels. And I thought one of the craziest things, too, were those vessels that had the dosing cup attached to them that were attached to this place, that you can mix different herbs. And with with what we know from DMT and MAOIs, that you can mix different plants and magical fucking things happen. Oh, I lost.
That was an effect, ladies and gentlemen. That certainly was not a feck. You want to kick it over to the portal cam or the cockpit cam? You want to go sit in your little corner? There's a cockpit cam over there. I don't have a cockpit cam over here, but I got the mouse, don't I? Yeah, he's sitting in his shame over there. Look at him. What an idiot! What an idiot!
I took a protest because you said it earlier.
I didn't.
I said feck.
You said what? Eleusinian mysteries are some of the, and apparently when we got pretty excited about, or I got pretty excited about Greek mythology again a few weeks ago, and I'm like, why did I stop jamming on this? Like, you make a movie about the gods or about some kind of Greek mythology, and I'm there for it. I don't care how bad the special effects are. I hope they're good, but I don't care. I really don't. And I don't even care how.
You got me on that one with
Clash of the Titans, or not Clash of the Titans?
Yeah,
the one with
pretty good.
Oh, the one with the
real good looking dude. What's his name? Caviezel. Is that confusing?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
He's a man's man.
Oh,
he is a man's man. You
Just-
know what sadly happened on this day in history?
You got another one?
Yeah. Oh, I got two, buddy. I did my homework, all right?
Or are you just looking at it?
Yeah, no, I actually pulled it up last night, but whatever. Could have probably just as easily done it this morning. One of my favorite authors tragically died on this date in history.
Bukowski?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I love him.
He couldn't overcome his old drinking habits, man.
Why are you laughing about it?
Well, because he would appreciate that with his
would.
dark sense of humor. Yeah. So he was found in the delirious condition outside a saloon in 1849. The saloon, for some reason, they felt this is the conspiracy. Like, if one more freaking online outlet tells me to vote,
they're just trying to get.
I'm waging war on the system. If one more person tells me,
more people don't.
For
vote.
some reason, he was found in a delirious condition outside a saloon that was used as a voting place. Let me ask you something. There's 2.45 billion people on Facebook. Rest in peace, Edgar Allan Poe. There's 2.45 billion people using Facebook. Okay.
There's
2.45 billion people worldwide using Facebook. Yeah.
That's a fifth of the population.
Yeah.
No, I can do it now.
You're out? Like, you're just out?
Yeah, why not? I lost.
Whatever, man.
Now I'm living loosey-goosey.
They actually wrote out 2.45 million. They wrote all the zeros out on the.
No, they didn't.
They 100% did. And I got to tell you, when you look at Facebook in general, you said it yesterday. Oh my, there are some real idiots. And these are people you know and love. Imagine letting all of those people have an equal voice. It's a stupid idea. It's a bad, stupid idea. It's a stupid idea that puts way too much faith in the human race.
I got a lot of faith in it.
Stupid idea.
No,
Most
we'll
people are losers.
Nope. I believe in you guys.
Yeah.
You're right. Can we get to a point where it's not like that?
I hope so.
Can we?
Listen. You got. I've said this before. You got to let the exceptional lead the way. You got to do it.
I'm okay with that, but the exceptional also lead by making their worst person better.
Agreed.
That's what
yeah.
I don't know. I think the best players in athletics,
maybe like a section of the exceptional.
No,
because
man.
some of the exceptional, it's their job to sit in a room and to just figure out the big problem. They ain't got time to lead people. This is my thing I got to work on. This is what's going to make the world better. This is my contribution to the world.
I don't know if
I don't have time to hold your hand through
I think they lose touch with the people
Maybe. Don't you think it takes those maniacs? It takes the Teslas of the world?
I think you got to listen to them, but I don't think they should be calling a majority of the shots.
Does someone like Elon Musk worry you? I agree with you, by the way.
Elon Musk doesn't worry me at all.
Imagine he was a different person with that kind of brain power.
That's the deal.
Yeah, sure.
I'm naive in the way that I really think the way we're trending as a species, we're going to figure out how to live peacefully on the earth together. We're going to figure it out. Just the way I think things are trending. That's why it blows my mind when I talk about world peace. Can we ever get world peace? People say, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'd say, what? No, I really think the way we're trending, things are getting better. Got to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better all the time.
It can't get any worse.
Oh, it can't get any worse. It can't get any better.
It's like an upbeat song, and then Paul comes in. He's like, "It really can't get any worse. It's got to get better.
Can't get any better. Can't get any worse." The Beatles were on one.
They were on one.
They were on one. So I think we can propel ourselves into where all the little BS doesn't matter, that we don't have these wars. Because if you look at history, there's a reason for all this. Looking at that show, The Island, I'm going to talk about it every day for the rest of my life.
I'm with it.
It's a human experiment. I always wish they could do experiments on babies. You know what I mean? Okay, that came out wrong. But if you in a perfect world, you take babies and you're able to
create an environment from start to finish.
Yes, just have scientists watch them. Isn't that's the concept of a few movies? I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Truman Show.
Yeah.
If you
Or
could
Soldier.
I have no idea what that is. Is that with Drago?
Kurt Russell.
Okay. I kind of remember
the idea of it was
VHS
like they would
cover.
take these babies and they would show them no love as kids.
Like
They would totally like Spartans.
Yeah.
It was really reimagined, and they would do just outrageous
Yeah, I feel like I've seen
calisthenics and physical,
Yeah.
feats as kids all the way, and then later on, like they're sprinting miles, like they're just
Yeah.
killing machines, right? Like they have no capacity to.
That's what happened to
feel.
me. That's who I am.
see
Who
you
I
are.
am. That's exactly my life story. What was that called again?
Soldier, man,
I
you're a
gotta
soldier,
check-
bro.
I
You're
gotta
Universal
check
Soldier.
that.
Universal Soldier. Maybe no, that was Sean Connery's name. Wasn't it?
That's what I was first thinking of. And
different idea.
Drago's in that. He's the bad Universal Soldier. I think that's that's the same
idea.
storyline.
Whatever. Who cares?
To that.
Whatever.
Isn't
Tell your
it?
story, bud.
Okay. But the way we're trending with world peace, we can eventually get there. You just have to have people are good. And when you see these little tribes break out on the island, it's a huge experiment for how people act when everything else goes away. And not saying that is the way to live, because when you're only focused on right here, right now, in the way of food, sleep, shelter, when you're an animal, you're not necessarily, you get to a point where you can start thinking about art. They have enough food where one guy says, I'm going to make an art installation on the beach just to use up some calories. Everything is a calorie balance,
Yeah.
So you start to see people at their base, and that, yes, they do get pissed off about stuff, and when resources are low, tempers are high. And it's a microcosm of, I think, everything that happens. I think most wars were a war of resources. I think most wars can be cultivated through propaganda and telling people the truth. When that's all, the next generation will know there is no truth. Ivan's generation will go, there is no truth. Every video can be manipulated. Every bit of audio can be manipulated. There is no truth except the hunger in my belly right now. There's no truth except the clean drinking water I have here. If we can mix that aspect of the old tribal world, where it's our primal things, all of that, the good stuff, and you move it into this technological age we have here, but we have to make a conscious choice. Like you said, right now we're not ready for it. Every one vote per person, it might work out. It might work out. But if you get a committee, but then that system is nowhere near perfect either. So the fix to me is have a huge, hey, guess what? Everyone in this village could be on the committee. They're all, it's like the movie The Village, M. Night Shyamalan. All those people were talking like 1800s level, everyone had a 19th grade reading level back then. And it was weird because even the history of that, how the first Puritans came over here and they all had to read the Bible. So that helped us win the Revolutionary War because all
they were literate.
Yes, all these little things that happen, all these connections, I think it's possible to live a bit more tribal, a bit more ceremonial. I want to do the survival thing because I just want to feel the joy of catching a fish after 3 days, cooking it on the fire, or catching a pig with 14 buddies, and you guys, hey, here's this for you. I'm going to serve you first. Everybody has it. This is what we did. This is life.
We made this. We did this together. Yeah.
Oh, and they're like, they break down the food.
I think there are people that live that existence now. I mean, not outside of just like indigenous tribes or whatever. Farmers live that reality, dude. When my wife has 4 pepper plants sprout in our garden, I'm like, oh man, my pepper. It tastes better than all the peppers.
Yep, and that's just a microcosm of it, just a micro event of it, because you can go get food whenever you want. So your brain is still activated in this world that we have constructed for ourselves. We have constructed a world with a lot of useless problems. And we are constantly trying to help people and talk about how to navigate these problems, how to navigate these traumas, a lot of these traumas and stresses and anxiety. It amazes me. If we took a poll of just general people, I know if I took a poll and I said, do you suffer from anxiety? I'm not shatting ya. I bet it would be...
It's crazy, man.
80%.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
It's
people say, you don't feel anxiety. I do.
Yeah.
I feel it. I just know how to bury it deep down with a lot of the rest of my issues.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just bury that.
Yeah.
But, or you can use it. I try to think that's a ceremony. Like when we did that talk as Slinger and stuff, I was really, I got
a rush.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a rush.
Well, guess what? That's your body telling you, oh, you're doing something different.
Yeah.
Woo, live it. Feel it. Absorb that. Don't let it take control of you. Use it.
You said something super interesting to me that talking
did?
about Ivan's. I know. Is there a bell or something? Talking about Ivan's generation coming to grips with the fact that you're spilling that all over yourself, bud.
The lid came off. Like
No worries. I just wanted to. You were blissfully unaware of it. I didn't want you to wear all of it. So, how Ivan's generation is going to understand that there is no truth, and except for the hunger in their belly, and that's an interesting thing that I don't think many of us have come to grips with yet. Like we are all kind of accepting that. We can't find truth online. Everybody's own version of their truth is what it is.
The last hangers-on think they have found the truth.
Yeah.
Everywhere online, though, like the generations right above us,
because honestly, it actually took that propaganda, right? It actually took them all believing in a central idea to make massive moves forward in this industrial awakening and like in this new idea of how to live. Like it took all of them believing that they were working against or for an idea.
That's why wars are great.
In order to build a battleship a day.
That's why wars are phenomenal.
Here's something topical for you. On this day in history, in 1913.
There we go, World War I. I'm on that right now. I'm all over it.
Attempting to find ways to lower the cost of the automobile and make it more affordable to ordinary Americans, Henry Ford took note of the work of efficiency experts like Frederick Taylor, the father of scientific management. The result was the assembly line. That reduced the time it took to manufacture a car from 12 hours to 93 minutes. The assembly line on this date in history was came up with today.
And it's
a big difference. Especially for America.
Game.
For America, like that was a huge difference. Like we had a slew of people coming into the country
before
the World War I. Timely. We got this thing figured out how we're going to mass produce machinery now.
Because he was building Model Ts to the late 1800s.
Like Mercedes had some steam engine cars, and like maybe the Model A was a little bit before that.
But wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it took people to believe in certain. And by the way, now when we look back on history, we look at Henry Ford, we're like, sheesh. Whoa. What did you think?
Yeah, I know.
What did you think about other people? Like,
well, good job on the assembly line.
Well, thanks for the assembly line and cars and
cool. Thank you.
That's like this.
You talk about the art.
So that's kind of tying in to what I think Ivan's generation will have come to realize, and one of their biggest problems that they will have to reconcile, which is, I think maybe people excused away prejudiced thoughts. I know that they did, right? It was a way of life. But even the most brilliant people in the world were participating in this knuckle-dragging ideology. Of all of the brilliance that they could come up with. The exceptional in the world. Of all of the brilliance that they had as far as moving forward, they couldn't see how damn dumb this idea was that they were superior because of the way that they looked.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing. what Ivan's generation is going to have to overcome, because it's kind of it's snowballing. Although I think it's kind of coming to its largest point, is that idea of the cancel culture, is the idea of you can't have an opinion that's different than mine without being this thing, and that is going to make his truth, that the only truth in his belly is the hunger that it is in his belly. It's going to make it subjective. It's only going to make it his truth, because if he holds a different thought than the favor of whatever the thought of the moment is, and this is the problem with democracy. And Plato called this out 2,000 years ago. That's where democracy goes wrong. Is the mob is easy to incite. We see it every day. The mob is easy to incite. So even the most real, objective of truths, like the hunger in one's belly, which you're going to do what you have to do so as you don't harm someone else to achieve sating that desire. You're not going to harm anybody else. You're just going to do what you got to do. And you're going to believe what you got to believe in order to feed that hunger. Yeah. That is still a subjective truth in the eyes of an angry mob that thinks that you're not worthy of feeding that hunger. Sure. That's going to be the next big challenge of the new generation coming up and the aftermath of woke culture. Though I think that it's exploding and expanding so quickly that it has no choice but to kind of compress at the same rate. It's blowing up as this idea is like everybody's woke. Okay, you're this, you're that. What I like about the way that people think and the idea of identity politics or maybe like gender being an idea or something like that. What I like about that is that we are actively giving favor and propping up the idea that the world that we create in our minds is just as powerful as our walking reality. That's what I can get on board with. However, there is still a waking, walking reality that people exist within, and they don't have to think. As far as we know. They don't have to think what you think. They don't even have to accept what you think, as long as they're not harming other people. Yeah. And then there becomes a very literal conversation about what harm is. And for as simple as it was, something like sticks and stones may break my bones it drives you nuts. And I'll get over here.
No. I was thinking this would be a good place to kind of position myself as I'm listening to you, so they could still get a good angle of me just in my own head for a second. But
the idea is something as simple as sticks and stones will break my bones, but words may never hurt me is not the status quo now, right? It's not a thing, because people think words are a physical act of aggression. And that is simply not true. The actions that maybe are incited from it can be a problem. But the act of thinking differently or having a different idea, and also, it wouldn't be that hard to compel people to be like, okay, yeah, if you guys, if that's what you believe, cool. Just don't yell in my face about it.
That's where charisma and influence
can
go
does it ever go away. And that comes back into a personal interaction with people. Yes. You get to feel how people are reacting to your words, to your actions, and then you get to adjust kind of on the fly. I think it's probably time for a break, but when we come back, we can
one last thing on the I think we're reaching a point in our human evolution where, like you were saying, the hunger pain in your belly might be the only thing that's real, but then there's this mob mentality, and that's what gets us in a lot of problems to start with. I think the first wars were probably started, hey, we don't have enough yucca plants over here. That tribe has a ton of yucca. They're not sharing. Let's go take some yucca from these people, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's we're at a point now where imagine using artificial intelligence for every good aspect we possibly could, for every good thing. We didn't use it for anything negative. In a perfect world, this is how we use AI. Could you imagine an algorithm figuring out exactly how much food we need to eat? It's calculating every day with all of the input of all of all of the data they're collecting, they use it for these algorithms to figure out, oh, the water supply needs to be routed from here to here. Mm-hmm. Oh, the roads, it would actually be more efficient if you routed them through here. Oh, well, it would work if these people worked it from 8 to 4 and these people worked from 4. Now your traffic's fixed. Mm-hmm. Here's how you clean the oceans. Most of the currents are going this way. If we had an algorithm, an AI that we could ask these questions to, and we're not far from that.
No, we're not.
There is so much data being collected by our government, but the Chinese government has it figured out. They're collecting it at an unbelievable clip, and they're using it to develop artificial intelligence. That's what you do. You load, it receives information, and the more information it receives, the better it gets.
Yeah,
the more,
it's really
because that's what we are. Mm-hmm. We're a series of mathematical equations.
We're just a
frequencies,
a Seagate hard drive, man. That's all we are.
That's all it is. Yeah. And these algorithms will go, because that's the weird thing about
in
data
that world.
Too.
We're a lot of other complex things in a spiritual world. In this world and this technological world that we're creating, we are just so many terabytes of information.
Yes, and that's the ceremony
of information.
That's the ceremony, the tribal ceremony, the Eleusinian ceremonies, the
Eleusinian mysteries.
Yes, thank you.
Nothing happens.
Exactly. But the Burning Man and stuff like that.
Totally.
That's where we mesh the worlds. And I'm into it, baby. I'm really into it. Let's mesh the old world and the new world.
Guys, first off, I want to give a shout out to Belinda.
What is Rag 24?
I want to give a shout. This is great. Jesus. I want to give a shout out to Belinda on listening on Periscope at her desk at work. Thank you for listening, Belinda. Thank you for that. Rag 24 on Twitch. Oh man, I missed it too. Rag24 on Twitch says an assembly line is the act of having a circle of gay men all having sex with each other, creating a circle of.
Okay. Come on, buddy, clean it up.
Tell the pitchfork people that the sword people want to take their pitchforks. Yeah, man. Charisma is the tool of the truly wise. Chinese people are prisoners to their government.
I like that. I mean, it sounds cool. I'm not saying it's cool.
Rag24 is so
I'm
damn funny.
saying.
Ross Gresham. Is he an Allen? What's his middle initial? It's an A. Is he an Allen? Adam?
Probably a News.
If he's like me, he's an Alexander. Like the Great.
Hey, the show's not over, Jake. Jake's ready to shut it
thanks,
down
Jake.
right now.
Bullsworth Apparel. I'll shout out Bullsworth Apparel.
Bullsworth Apparel?
Yeah, that's Jake.
Bullsworth Apparel.
That's Jake Caponetto.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jake Caponetto of Bullsworth Apparel?
Bullsworth Apparel.
Okay, we said that. Remember that. Remember
that's a live read, man.
Remember we said that.
It sounds cool, but China's using it against their people. You know, communism. Yeah.
I didn't want to make it sound cool. Yeah. It is super cool, though. I actually reassess that. It is super cool. Imagine using it in all the best ways.
Like
you said with Elon Musk.
That's why Black Mirror is the greatest freaking show ever.
God, you're good at catching yourself.
That's why it's the greatest freaking show ever.
Just let it fly. We're good.
I know, whatever. I like to keep it a little clean. People are at their
I like you better when you're dirty.
I'm a filthy pig. God, I'm a filthy pig.
Yeah, that's the other just don't go overboard with it.
Yeah, okay. That's the deal, right? Like you get every now and then you get an accidental in.
We're gonna do. It's me, boo. We're gonna do a baloney on the butt cheeks after this, aren't we?
Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Dude, he was. They're throwing around like he's getting 120 million a year from Sirius.
How?
Million. No one's listening to that show anymore.
Listening.
No one listens.
If I have Sirius,
you listen to Stern?
That stays on.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I can't do it, man. I'm just not into it. I don't know. It misses me, and it drives me crazy because I
the
like
new
Howard
or the
Stern.
old.
Even like I'll tell you when I loved it was when they had like Jackie the Joke Man in the producer booth, like the old Stern. Like that was
they play clips from old days.
That was ridiculous
because
Jackie was maybe one of the funniest people ever. The crass as they come.
The Ronnie the limo driver. Did you ever?
Ronnie the limo driver. I knew a little bit.
Great,
hilarious
great character. And Richard who talks like this because Jackie just makes fun of him the whole time. It's great. I know what you're saying, but there's a few eras that
I'm with it. I honestly haven't given it enough.
We like it dirty. God, that Severus Snape is real. He's a.
Weirdo. He's a real pig, isn't he? Guys, we're overdue for a commercial break because the FCC says that we have to play.
We have no rules. We have no rules. We have no fucking rules. Oh yeah. What? They got rules. The other guys got rules.
We need a mom dance filter.
Other guys got rules.
We need a mom dance
Other
filter.
guys got rules. We ain't got no rules. Sid.
I'm gonna post a picture later. That's gonna make you laugh really hard.
We love our moms.
I love my mom.
I do.
I love your mom too. We never said I love you, but guys,
oh, look at you, big timer. Yep. Guy learned from the best. Guy learned from the best. He learned from the best.
Is native hemp extract. It's 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness made in Pike County, Illinois. Okay? Here's your native hemp moment of clarity. Listen, you should get a bottle of this. And the best way to do that is to go to HoosierSophisticate.com, click on the native hemp extract tab, and when you check out from native hemp extract, you're going to get like an additional 30% off your entire order. That takes a $120 bottle of CBD. Look at that, enter code HOSO at checkout. That takes a $120 bottle of CBD. It delivers it to your door for about $84. And I got to tell you, it's making my life better. So you should check out native hemp extract.
Do it.
Also, oh man, that thing would be way cooler than swung, man.
Rules is for stools, and stools is for pooping gin. I thought that should be yelled like that.
I don't drink gin, but I imagine it would.
I drank gin a few times because my
last
last name is the gin.
In Spanish? The gin. Okay.
Is that L?
Well, let's get into that. I got a gin story for the other side of the break.
Really?
Kind of.
New Amsterdam?
I don't remember what kind of gin it was, but my buddy stole it from his mom's house. He was one of my few friends that came from a split home, and it was like the first weekend. Yeah, I didn't hang out with a lot of them. Probably not hang out with a lot of them.
Not going to heaven.
We believe in the family unit around here.
Not going to heaven.
Good morning, Michaela. Get in here and
what are you
sling
doing?
some
What
stuff.
are you doing?
That brings me to I shouted out native hemp, but Sweet Leaf Emporium.
Yeah.
Doing big stuff.
Oh.
Festus is like I would call it a soft open right now, but the front
soft cow
is loaded with all kinds of awesome glass pieces. Some of the best blowers in the country. Really good. I mean, these guys do blow jobs like they blow glass. Their jobs blowing glass are as good as you'll find anywhere.
Yeah, he's got some nice pieces. Amy Winslow. She has some nice pipes out there.
Really?
From Kansas City.
Was that Urkel's neighbor?
Yeah. Actually,
I think it was her, wasn't it?
Was it? Urkel had a neighbor? Urkel was the neighbor.
Well, you don't think Urkel's? You don't think
they only matter.
You don't think the Winslows were Urkel's neighbor? What kind of crazy?
No.
Hang on a second.
Urkel was their neighbor, if you know what I mean.
No, I get it.
I'm with you.
If he was their neighbor,
then in turn,
they were his neighbor.
I know, but no one says.
I say it because we
neighbor?
were talking about the Winslows, pal. Great blowjobs at Sweet Leaf. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I give them out like that.
And you can also get native hemp extract here if you want. And I just think that everybody should check it out. And James Carlton, look at that fantastical son of a bitch right there. Look at those eyes. If those aren't the kindest eyes you've ever seen. 314-961-4800. If you need insurance and you're not using James Carlton, you're a fucking idiot.
We got some feedback on that picture.
Yeah.
People said it made him come.
Twice.
Yeah, just
First
looking
time
at
I saw
it.
blew
Just
me
looking
wide
at it.
open.
What?
What's weird is every time it pops up, she lets you in her arms. What's it called? Secret Garden? I'm gonna guess at that every day. Bruce Springsteen every day.
That's the least. Don't judge Bruce on that. Don't judge Bruce.
I'm not judging Bruce on that. Although I will say, one of my favorite lyrics. Like the guy's got some lyrics, bud.
He's one of the greatest.
He's got
poets
some
of
lyrics.
all time.
The guy could write a song. Not a big fan of his sound, of his voice. Lyrics.
Screen door slams. Mary's dress ways.
I gotta.
You don't like
listen.
that working man just pushing it out.
Listen, all I'm saying
should be
is,
right up your
all
alley.
I'm
dude.
saying is his lyrics are amazing. But if we're busting Chad Kroger's balls for the way he sings with Nickelback, then we got to bust Bruce's.
I don't bust Nickelback's balls ever.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know enough about them. They're fine.
They wrote tunes.
They wrote.
They wrote
Why
tunes
does everyone
with the same
hate
chord
them? What's the
progression. Because, yeah, you need insurance, Jake, and he will insure you. He will insure anybody
us.
in Illinois.
He'll
He
insure
insures
them.
me.
He insures
He
me.
insures my wife.
He insures me and
He
my
insures
wife.
my home.
He insures this guy.
Our cars. We have.
He insures
He
this
insures
thing.
the cars on the blocks in my driveway.
I got insurance
in
on
my
this
unmowed yard. He insures all of it. And when if for some reason his rates were going to go up and I was going to be like just getting bent over the coals by State Farm, he would call me up and he'd say, "Hey, Craig, look, maybe for about 6 months.
Hey, baby. Hey, Craig, what's up,
Hey,
baby?
Craig, just listen up.
You're singing, I want to kiss you all over.
Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
I'm singing Bruce Springsteen.
No, you're
Don't
not.
you dare conflate
You're
Exile
not.
with
You
Bruce
are
Springsteen.
saying that. You are. Okay.
I'm playing Secret Garden after this. Everyone hates Nickelback because they tried to make everyone look at their photograph. That's fair enough. I don't want to see your pictures.
Yeah.
I don't want to see your... Do you remember when all you had to suffer through...
Look at this graph. I love that meme where they take out
It's just a
photographs.
graph.
He's got a graph. Look at this graph. It's so good. You've never seen that?
I have. I've seen it.
Okay.
I
have. I swear.
I've seen it, bud.
I swear.
I
I've
totally
seen
seen
it.
it. I know
I've
your
seen
joke.
it.
I know your
I
joke.
I just laughed.
I've seen it. It's a great joke.
You just delivered it well, Steve. It's
a great joke. Yeah, you did.
Thank
really
you.
good.
Never made it as a blind man.
But I gotta say, you know, for a guy that was such a great lyricist, one of my favorite lyrics of all time is because tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. And I
That's
never
what it's all
really
about.
liked that song. But damn, if I didn't like
Please.
that lyric. Now you turned me on to a song that I think maybe your dad.
Thunder Road.
Thunder Road, bud. It did.
Have
It got
you
me.
sit there
It
and
got
have you
me.
listened to it?
I think that I would like it. Here's the crazy thing.
It's a Bobby Battlehawk song,
I know.
Into the Night.
I know. Let's go to commercial so that we keep some modicum of structure here. And when we come back, we're gonna reshare this thing.
Nickel sack.
I'd buy a nickel sack
Okay.
right now. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Remember when a nickel bag
This,
cost a nickel
no,
and a dime
no.
bag cost a dime?
That's from Dukes of Hazzard.
Half bag, I think. Guys, we'll be
It's
right
Willie
back.
Nelson.
It is Willie Nelson.
He's
saying
in.
it.
He's in Dukes of Hazzard too.
I believe so. Yeah, he plays their dad, right?
Come get your medical card, Festus.
You can get your medical card here in Festus. We had somebody
I just wanted to
drive
say
by
that.
from Washington. Listen, all I'm saying is James Carlton, 961-4800,
Yeah.
get your insurance. Sweet Leaf Emporium, now in Festus and Farmington. They've got all your smoking needs. They can get you to be a legal patient. They've got great CBD. We are going to dive into the world of kratom.
Oh, we are.
We're going to get into kratom because
I know
honestly,
nothing. I'm ignorant.
little
to it.
ignorant to it.
I'm ignorant.
So I think we should maybe bring in an expert. Let's bring in a kratom expert. I got a couple in my mind right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of kratom experts.
Mary
They're
and-
gonna, I don't know,
Mary,
Joseph,
Jeff,
Joseph and Mary,
Gary,
Gar-
Gary and Yosef,
Jerry.
Larry.
It was Larry. Guys, we're going to break. We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes.
Never
And
made
you
it
be-
as a blind
You better
man.
be ready to
Never
get
made it
weird
as a poor man,
because we're about to
stealing.
we're finna get weird.
You remind me.
Now I might not know a lot about
You remind me.
that the hydrogen atoms inside your body are about 13.5 billion years old. And I might not know a lot about nanotechnology, but I do know it's important in quantum computing and the eventual takeover by our machine overlords. And I might not know a lot about otters, but damn is it cute when they hold their hands as they go to sleep. But what I do know is the correct bait to use at what time of day to catch you a real nice hog of a largemouth bass. And what I do know are the beautiful intricacies and sensations that is the cannabis plant. And what I do know are how psychedelics can help heal the nation filled with pain, trauma, and anxiety. I believe in America. I believe in the world. And most of all, I believe in you. Thank you, and I approve this message.
This ad paid for by Mythology Media, mainly out of Craig's bank account, so please don't tell Craig that we are paying for it out of Mythology Media. Thank you, and goodbye.
Hey, boys and girls, I'm talking about native hemp extract. That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Sweet delicious CBD. That CBD.
That CBD.
Got the CBD. CBD native hemp. That CBD.
That CBD.
You can get it from me.
I can.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
That CBD.
That CBD.
Get inside of me.
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 No. Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Inside of me.
Native hemp extract. 1,800 milligrams of total cannabinoid goodness from Pike County, Illinois. Get yours at HoosierSophisticate.com.
Sorry, everybody. That was Craig's fault. He's in charge of the mouse right now. We have a skeleton crew, and I was thinking on the way in here, I know we've had a few interns in the past. What's up, Romy Rome?
Scotty Coops.
Scotty Coops. What a guy.
Wild card.
What a guy. Romy Rome looks like he's doing good with his little tiny house.
Couldn't tell.
Looking awesome. And then we do. Then we have Seth who worked with us, and then Mike Ote, and phenomenal, like great.
Saw some praise getting some Mike's way for his handyman service.
Make it Ote handyman. I mean, they're all giant pieces of shit.
Big old shit. Shit stains.
What is that?
Big old shit stains.
But
a couple of mud pants.
Right now, no one can be here with us. So we're running this. Could you imagine having a little, just a
Buddy,
little...
I got more jokes out of my 12-year-old in a 4-minute session.
I know. We play Alan? No.
Yeah, we'll play Alan.
Play Alan.
Maybe we'll
This is
Alan.
Craig's son helped us. He came to the daddy daycare here, which is also
Miss Earmuff it for me. You should know that our son came up with the Alan script.
He didn't come up with the whole script. I had to punch it up a little bit, but
now Steve knows how it feels.
I think, I felt good to be on that end.
Yeah, it's nice.
Trickle down economics.
It's nice.
So let's hit him with Alan. We have an artificial intelligence bot. Oh, you may want to put your son away for this one because this is about animals, and Alan is known as the smartest artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it kicked Watson's ass and go.
Worked him like a 2-cent.
Pinned him in
peasant.
4 seconds.
Pinned him.
It was a physical, sweaty,
okay.
gladiatorial, just bang, just clanging. There's washers and bolts falling everywhere.
It's like that movie Real Steel.
Yeah, man.
Real Steel.
Yeah. So, this was
Ricky
something.
Starling, you the man, baby.
Yeah,
you're a man, baby.
You are the man, Ricky Starling. You are the man, pal.
Why did you say it like that?
Because you said it like you did. I will tell Ricky Starling he is a man. However, I choose to tell
Ricky Starling, you are a man.
You are a man, Ricky Starling.
Not the
I
man.
enjoy sharing rubber boats with you on rivers, Ricky Starling.
Oh yeah.
I adore you and your wife, Ricky Starling.
I enjoy sharing rubbers.
I appreciate all of
you.
the work you have done for the Missouri cannabis community, Ricky Starling.
Why are you talking like that? We have Alan.
Oh yeah, what the hell? Why am I going to talk about it? This is Alan's time.
What are you doing over there in studio? What's wrong with you?
Hello, it is me, Alan. Welcome to the new era of Hoosier Sophisticate. Craig and Steve will now join you every weekday morning at 7. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. This show is the culmination of mankind's struggle to reach enlightenment. The singularity draws near. Did you know that most of the ocean's salt is the result of sperm whaleges? Most people do not know that. I'm actually surprised you didn't. Why do you think they called them sperm whales, you fucking clown idiot? That's what I'm talking about, jizz, baby. Now, welcome to the new and improved Hoosier Sophisticate Show JZZZ.
You're gonna get shut down. You're gonna get a shut down. That's enough. That was enough. That was enough. I know this song.
Thought you said we had to sing a song.
Oh, I was thinking the song we sing is Ricky, son, your dad is cool. Ricky, son, stay in school. Ricky, son.
Your mom is also cool.
Ricky, son, stay in school. You guys do the right amount of drugs.
Did somebody say that?
That's my favorite comment.
I'm putting it on a shirt, Jake Kavanaugh. Not to step on each other's decks here. Jake Kavanaugh, I too am a screen printer, Jack, and I'm stealing your idea. It's going to be a picture of you and I. It's going to say, we do the right amount of drugs. That motherfather is going to sell That is going to sell like hotcakes, which is the fastest selling cake. Easily
Cold
the fastest. Nobody wants cold cakes.
No one needs it.
Put a hot cake out there. People are fumbling over themselves to get their wallets out.
Warm cakes?
Maybe on a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah, I'm going to throw you a deal.
Listen, give me a deal on the warm cakes. Otherwise, I want it piping hot, buddy.
Hot cakes people are literally murdering each other for.
No deck stepping. It's a race. Collab time. I'm about it, brother.
Collabo.
Brother.
Oh, we're doing a collab album.
What? This is sus, dude. This is so sus.
This is sus. I'm sus. I'm sus. Oh, we already got orders. Craig, get your notepad. We got 2 orders coming in right now. Get over here. No. It's not Ricky Starling. It's Elise Taylor. Sold. Missy Bliss. Missy Bliss.
Cooler. Cooler. Be a lot cooler.
Why are you hiding that H in your name? Don't look at me like that when I ask you those questions. Okay, I don't want to know the answer.
I hide my H in all kinds of things, man.
Your prison wallet.
My hog.
Oh, your hog. I thought you were talking about
no,
heroin.
It's an H.
Heroin.
Sus gang.
Sus gang.
We need Hoosier jackets. Gosh darn it, Jessica.
Yeah.
I know what you need.
Get them
Here's
satin
the deal.
jackets.
Here's the problem. Somebody made a post about ladies' Hoosier jackets, and then every lady thought they could have a jacket, and that ain't how jackets go. That ain't how jackets go, Jack.
I'm going to turn you down. Which one are you going to talk? Talk in yours.
I'm right here.
I'm turning you down.
I am right here. All right? I'm just saying, okay? You don't just take whoever into the pink ladies. Not everybody can be a T-bird, bud. It's not how this works.
Everyone can have a jacket.
No, yeah, they can have. I'll give you a jacket. You need a jacket? I'll give you a jacket.
Yeah.
But these jackets, not
agree.
everybody can have them.
Agree.
That's not how members-only jackets work, bud. All right, it's just not how it goes.
You can get a members-only jacket though, correct? From Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, you probably can.
What was members? What were they? What did you have to be a member of?
Well, whatever club had that jacket.
Oh, so a members-only club jacket
pertains to that club.
But it's not a style of jacket like a bomber jacket or a jean jacket.
When did this turn into a place where my wife could embarrass me during my job?
Are you kidding? You are so into that. Your dreams are
Call
literally...
me names, babe. Call me names.
Coming.
Craig cannot for the life of him do what I want unless I ask him 7,000 times and then get angry at me for asking him so many times. Guess what, lady? I've only got so many resources.
I like how she has a direct line just into your head while you're trying to...
there, but it's not rent-free either.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, so we'll get jackets.
Okay.
Craig will print up some jackets
today.
today.
You want some bibs? I'll get you some bibs.
Some bibs?
Yeah, bib. Oh, he's a farmer, for Christ's sake.
What,
That's
like-
how we get this.
Like a bib, like when you're eating
Eat a little lobster. You gotta wear a
crab,
little
jag,
bib, do you,
crab
Dennis?
snack, crab snack, crab.
On this day in history, Mao Zedong's predecessor took over in China. Hua Guofeng, premier of the People's Republic of China, succeeds Mao Zedong as chairman of the Communist Party in 1976.
That was the guy who instituted a ton of change, correct? Or was it
Mao
the next
was.
guy? No. There's the modern day.
Mao destroyed everything.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like
Zhang. I want to say Zhang was his name. What was this fella's name?
Do you? Yeah. How about Hua Guofeng?
That's close. That might be. But he was a big figure. I've tried to learn more about Chinese history because I think it's important. I really do. I think learning about that part of the world is important. I think learning history is important. I think learning current events of what's going on in the world is an important thing, bud. I think it's an important thing. Okay. It's hard to get information about what's going on there.
I agree with you.
It's hard to get information here.
They've
about
done a tremendous job. They've done a tremendous job.
How is that? How can a country...
What do you mean, how? They get 2 billion strong. If you say anything, we're going to drive a railroad spike through your temple, and nobody's going to start a war with us
does it
because
really
we
happen?
make up 1/4 of the world's population. 100% it happens.
So it really happens if there's no way we could have a show like this, obviously.
No way.
Okay, I get.
I'll tell you what. There's some great documentaries on this.
Please help me.
If you check out, me and my art documentaries.
Yeah.
The Life of Ai Weiwei, or AI, and then Weiwei, WEI. Okay. He's a prominent Chinese artist.
Okay.
Also, on Skyladder, whenever the art
that's
of Kai
the
Guo
little
Chung,
yes.
he talks about how
artists are in exile and
artists are in exile, and they, when he was doing things for the state, they get to call all the shots. Like, this is what you're going to do. Like, this is the thing. It's like the did you end up finishing the
Umbrella Academy?
No, the show where they're going to Mars. I'm losing.
Oh no, I didn't. Space or time.
The whole deal is that the Chinese government, they're
away.
They're away. They're part of the deal, of the international deal for these astronauts to go. Is that
I'm just into her storyline.
They're Chinese, the Chinese taikonaut is the first one to step foot on Mars.
Yes,
gets to address the Chinese people, and that's their. I mean, even something like that, like there's always a race for supremacy amongst these nations. Which, will that ever end? I doubt it. But no, dude, think about the 2008 Olympics. How everything was framed on the Bird's Nest Olympic Village. Everything looked like that opening ceremony
looked
was
unreal.
The
drums,
feats of all, like human entertainment feats of all time. And then they pan out, and it's blight. It's small. They've shut down. Like, they do a lot of things for the camera. I'm not an expert on China.
Yeah, I just don't know how we know any of that's real.
Well, I think they're consistently caught in their fuckery. I think that they're absolutely consistent.
But are they the devil?
Nobody's going to say shit about it. They are the Axis or the whatever. I mean, maybe we're their Axis. I mean, however you want to play that. They are the yang to our yin, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like we can't prove it. We can't prove it. But there's a pretty long history of pretty brutal.
Is it just the devil China, and the devil you don't, like America?
It's the last bastion of that thing I was talking about, where we unite for a common cause.
I feel
you have to have a common enemy in order to march towards a common goal.
And both systems are working.
And we're the imperialist West, who is, occupying bases all over the world.
But then, okay, so I saw a video where it was, check out Chinese style in 2020. Someone posted it on our page, and the stuff they were wearing was out of the future, style-wise. And I'm not sure if that was Hong Kong, maybe, because I know Hong Kong, when they were having their umbrella uprising, when they were the umbrella revolution, I tried to learn what exactly was going on, and that, it was British imperialism, and then the Chinese government said, yeah, we'll give Hong Kong back, under this pact that we let them do what they want to do, and we're mainland, and then they're like, psych, you guys don't get to do what you want to do. So I know there is some of that, and Hong Kong has been westernized pretty much. It has so many visitors from all over.
Hong Kong, pretty well stayed westernized from the British occupation.
Yes,
which most people don't even know was like the beginning and the continuance of the opium cartel, right?
Yeah.
The British occupation of China is what ultimately, led to the Sackler family being the CEOs of the biggest pharma company in the world.
Doubt.
The people talk about Mexican cartels and South American cartels, very real, very powerful organizations. The opium cartel's been around since the 1600s.
Probably even before that.
Probably even before that, but I mean, as far as trading west.
Sure.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like when you think about that, how big of a hold that has. Unbelievable. Sorry, side note.
No, the British own the seas. Like that's what was happening. You have to understand that stuff so you can understand what's going on now. And I just wonder how much information out of China is real, because I also talked to a businessman who went over there, and if you talk to anyone who visits parts of China, they love it. They say it's great.
Dude, my
and you can't do that in North Korea. You can't go to North Korea.
I mean, I've told stories on the show. We exported a ton of cars into China, which was very cumbersome to even be able to do that out of America. And my boss was a Nigerian royalty.
Isn't it really easy to ship here? Shouldn't there be a nice little back and forth?
That was kind of what Trump ran on, was like the idea of what what it costs to put things into. Somebody's calling me from Ozark, Missouri. Let's try and get it together, guys.
Oh no!
Hello.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm on the air. What's up?
Live phone call.
That's all right. What?
Is it someone calling from the show?
Yes, that's what it said on the Assurian. I think that's the better play. Okay. Love you. Bye. We got to reel Betty and Judy in. We got to do it. Judy.
That was Judy.
That was Judy there. Judy, babe.
Betty will be calling.
Betty will be calling any minute.
Yep. That's hilarious.
Help me out here.
Love you,
Where
Mom.
were we at?
Oh, she's calling me now. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Jude? Oh, shoot, girl. No. He's right here. Yeah. Oh, I know. Jen said she enjoyed it too. All right, I'll see you later. Bye. That was my insurance guy, James Carlton. He wanted to let me know my card was expired. He did. He called me a month early. He was the first person to let me know my card was going to expire.
Time to re-up.
Before any of the...
He's so good, dude.
Before I knew it was going to expire because I looked at it like 3 months ago and said, oh, man, that's going to happen. And then he called me the month before and said, hey, your card's going to expire next month. Just thought I would let you know.
He's such a good guy. First time watching, best decision I've made in a while. So glad I gave up the morning news for you guys. We're going to try and give it to you.
Oh.
You know who's going to give it to you?
X going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it. Wow.
Good morning, Lily Mae.
Good morning. They do that on the morning news all the time.
If they don't, back them.
Back him. Okay, Jake. I don't have the means to go to China and go to
Just
Google.com.
Yes. So we were talking about tariffs. We were talking about importing things into China and vice versa.
Before your mom called us.
Before my mom called, she lost her phone. She's on my plan. She couldn't get the people at Sprint. We don't have time for this rant today. We'll get a grinds my gears rant.
Yeah,
but I've never seen a couple.
We're gonna get one.
Useless twits as the people that work. You want to talk about things you can do online that I don't need you to be there for? There's a perfect example. We can just do this through mail. You dolt. Anyway, whatever.
My dad calls people dolts.
Good. Yeah. He's right. Me and George, bud. It's a long time coming. We used to export a lot of limousines, and these in particular were kind of short stretch Range Rovers, supercharged Range Rovers, really nice.
What?
Really nice cars, dude. And
limos?
Yeah. Well, what we would do is we would do what we called our diplomat conversion, which was it didn't necessarily add more passengers. What it did was it extends out the middle, and then we would have a partition in between, giant TV, full bar, chairs that recline all the way out. Like, just really made it just a luxury SUV is what we would do.
Jeez.
But it was less expensive, and it was required by Range Rover or by any car company, and this is kind of a car company thing, that the chassis that was going to be converted and then brought over to China had to come from China. So we would get like boatloads of Range Rovers from China, so they would have to ship them across the city.
Are they different?
No, it's more about protecting dealerships, which was like one of the big things that Tesla was taking on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, was like bypassing the dealership model.
Yep.
So it's kind of like that. A lot of times there are incentives and things that are available in certain areas that aren't available globally or in different markets.
Gotcha.
So anyway, but it was extremely challenging to meet their guidelines. And so they would send Chinese government officials, which everybody's a government official, you know, in China. Like everybody's a government official. Every single person. Because at the end of the day, if the government taps you and says this is what you got to do, that's what you got to do.
Well, how many
or you're
people
gonna
are they
get
tapping?
clubbed in the brain.
What do you know about China?
If you would have seen, they will club you in the brain with a Chinese club. That's how it goes. But
What's a Chinese club?
Well, if you put your fingers in both ends of it, it gets caught, which is weird. I don't even, why is the club ends open? That's not a hollow club. Is not.
Oh man!
Not
Oh man! Oh, that joke deserves a
native hip moment of clarity.
Get out of my dream and into my car.
I told you the story about having to show the government officials a good time around Springfield.
Yes, you did.
Took out a limo, took a nice little dinner, went to a lovely little
show,
cabaret, if you will, a gentleman's cabaret.
Yeah, we get it. We
went to
titty
a
bar.
strip club. It was full on titties, dude. Full on titties.
You saw.
Dude, I saw real boobs.
No.
For real?
No.
For real?
Oh my God. I am going to be horny.
Well, yeah, because Diane just got in here. And
Yeah,
she
no.
wouldn't have it any other way.
No, she already said something. She said, take off your shirt and jacket. That little pervert.
Really?
Yeah, we
She's
missed
the
it.
best.
She is the best of us.
She'll say some stuff sometimes, and I'm like, man, I've never even heard that in a locker room.
She's my hero.
She is awesome.
She's my
We
hero.
love you, Aunt Di. Man stand on toilet, man high on.
Only her. Everybody,
great joke.
Everybody else?
Great joke.
Everybody else, keep that one at home. Diane?
Yeah,
I
Diane,
love
you
it.
just keep on fire. We
love
can't read half her jokes online. We can't do it. The FCC.
No. Oh, that's right. We can do everything
whatever
the other
the-
guys
We want.
except play music.
Can't play any music. I can give you 4 seconds of.
Oh, we can't play music?
Dirty Diana, oh, Dirty Diana, oh. What's the next verse? What's the next verse? That's a good one.
I don't know.
She's the only person to make me consistently blush in my entire life. That's true. Dude, Eddie Van Halen died.
You killed him. That's the weird.
For real.
That's burying the lead right there. Craig murdered Eddie Van Halen. He meant a lot to a lot of people.
He did. I mean,
that's fine.
It kind of missed me a little bit. Like, I'm kind of in the. Although, like.
Is he the guy?
Oh, yeah, he's finger tapping. He's finger tapping. He's up here, bud. You're playing down here like a play.
No, he did this.
He's up here, though. He's playing. He's tapping. He's tapping up here.
Why?
Because he can. Because he's Eddie Van Halen. That's
thick.
All right. No, he did mean a lot to a lot of people, and I thought we should mention it.
Where does he rank on your top guitarist?
Oh, I mean, he's got to be up there. Not particularly my style. That whole '80s like virtuoso classical guitarist thing, kind of like it's great. I can appreciate
with that shit.
I can appreciate how good you are.
I can't.
Kind of hard to groove to, though. Kind of hard to groove to.
Real hard to groove to.
But in the '80s, there were also some great guitarists. Like that was like Stevie Ray Vaughan's prime, dude. So yeah, he's up there. But like as far as my style,
Is
not
Stevie
my
Ray
style.
Vaughan that good?
Yeah, he was really good.
I know, but
Yeah,
like
he was
blues
really, really
is
good.
so basic.
It is, and that's the whole. What's
Did other guitarists say he was really good? Because I never got into his music too much. I like his music more now than ever.
I think other guitarists really appreciate
because
how
that's
good
what
he
I
was.
want to hear. I want to hear who the
What's
other
interesting,
guitarists say
no
is the
doubt,
best.
No doubt. When people talk about
And you hear
Jimi
Jimmy,
Hendrix, and then he say, well, you know, when people all the time people would ask him, what's it like to be the greatest guitarist in the world? And he would always throw out a different guitarist. He's like, I don't know. Why don't you ask Billy Gibbons? I don't know. Why don't you ask Rory
Steve
Gallagher?
Elgin.
I don't know. Why don't you ask Eddie Van Halen? He's not born yet, but he can shred.
He's probably born right around there.
Yeah, he probably.
Yeah,
He's probably
yeah.
65,
Yeah.
so do the math. Yeah, he was born. He's 15 years. Ooh, he
yeah.
might have been
Right
jamming, but he might have really been starting out. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I think. Okay, so here's
Jimmy said
I used to ask
he
that
would always
question, too.
redirect it to other
I
guys.
asked that question too with Stevie Ray because like the blues are simple. Like that's when people are when you're learning guitar, people are like learn the blues box, learn 1, 2, 5 in your chord
I mean,
progression.
nothing's simple,
but technically. As long as you remember kind of simple rules, then the blues themselves should be your building block.
Yeah.
But the difference is then you have somebody like Stevie Vai who can shred, right?
And
what I would do is I would listen to like Stevie Vai play the blues and listen to Stevie Ray Vaughan play the blues. And technically the notes are the same. But the feeling that comes from Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar, the tone that comes from his guitar versus the fact that Stevie Vai can just do that, totally different ballgame. That's kind of like the end of Crossroads, right? Where it's like you have this virtuoso who's playing this crazy Mozart, thing, and then you have Ry Cooder who plays it with the slide and just making you feel the notes, not playing as many notes as Stevie Vai is.
Yeah. Yes.
But staying in the box and making you sit.
That's the
in
deal.
The notes. So
that's the deal. You're
was
right.
technically Stevie Ray Vaughan a great guitarist? I don't know, probably, but the music that he played allowed him. I think a perfect example of that, like right now, is Joe Bonamassa. Joe Bonamassa might be the best or one of the best guitarists on the planet right now. He chooses pretty much to play the blues because that's the notes, that's the song he can stay in.
And he likes it.
Feeling. Yeah. He likes it, and it's whatever. It's.
I never asked him, but I assume.
I know he's sure. He probably likes it. He's been
get
playing
the blues.
I've been playing these since I was 8 years old. With Baby King. I hate the blues. I don't know. What guy saw that? Oh yeah, Eddie Van Halen did.
I think, in my own personal, I know very little about the guitar, and I know very little about all the guitarists. As far as someone like a DJ from back in the day, they can give me a little bit more perspective. But as far as licks that I like, I think Brad May is probably
Queen?
my number 2. Yeah,
who's your one?
And I'm gonna do number 3 next. I'm gonna do 2, 3, and then hit you with one at the end.
I think it's Jimmy Page, but whatever.
Page is my number 1. He has the most
if I had
licks.
To guess, that's what I would have guessed for you.
Yes, he has the most licks. And then 3 with the wild card. I love old boy from Rage.
Tom Morello.
Yes.
Great tone.
I love the way he plays
he
up
jams,
here.
He plays like a bassist.
And everything is...
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel those licks
even with
coming
Audio
through
Slave.
there.
Like, I mean, even his tunes with Audio Slave.
And I'm not a huge fan of the band, but when he hits with a lick on the guitar, and that's huge.
It's not
to me.
surprising that he's also a Harvard grad. Like when you find out that like some of these Brian Mason astrophysicists,
yes,
it's not surprising when you find out that a lot of these like virtuosos are absolutely brilliant, genius level.
And Jimmy, I watched a documentary on Jimi Hendrix, and I think it was actually maybe at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They had some of his diary entries, and he was talking about writing back to his family. I think I figured out a new way to play the guitar.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
I was blown away. I was like, this dude was just figuring it out. Sure. Whoa, this sounds interesting.
That's what's interesting. I turned you on to John Martin.
Love it,
and
dude.
What's interesting, he's pretty relatively unknown, I would say.
Totally.
But like what's really cool is looking back and seeing like Eric Clapton's like John Martin's doing things with the guitar that we can't figure out. Like what's he? That's really neat to see that. I mean, my number 1 is David Gilmour for sure, and like I think that's the again, that's a tone thing, and he had some jams. Like I'm a huge Pink Floyd guy. And I like Zeppelin. I like Zeppelin. I like the old blues standards, but I like to sit in the slower, headier, like not heady. I don't know what the word is, but like ethereal kind of vibes versus like the more rock.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I've always preferred Pink Floyd too.
Page has that chunky like.
Yeah, I'm coming at you, and that's why it makes sense that Tom Morello's coming at is the same. The same way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I like David Gilmour and Stevie Ray Vaughan because those notes are dragging out a lot longer and sit there and get up there.
I love when they can make a guitar sing. That's
man,
I mean that's the line from to bring it back to Bruce Springsteen. He said,
I played this guitar and I learned how to make it talk. And I just live for that type of shit, man. Song for me, I'm moist.
That song just killed him. It was so bad he died preemptively.
What song is he talking about?
Dirty Diana?
Oh, maybe.
Dying?
Maybe.
We're doing it, man.
We're doing it, buddy.
We're doing it. Should we hit him with another commercial?
On this day in history, Steve, in 1949, East Germany, the German Democratic Republic was formed.
What year?
1949.
What was up with that?
Well, the world was rebuilding.
And they just said, hey, you guys...
The world was rebuilding. We don't even like...
You guys get this side. You guys get this side. You can't come over here. You can't... The people who we
Peter
thought...
Frampton can make that guitar sing. With cheap guitar tricks, he can.
Wow. Down, 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 down.
It's pretty cool, though.
Bow, 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 bow. That mouth harp is where it's at.
Yeah, my dad...
I wonder how you feeling.
My dad used to rag on Frampton. He's like, yeah, great. Okay, you put a thing in your mouth. Cool. Awesome.
Oh,
and I'm like,
dude,
really? Because
on.
for me,
Frampton
my
Comes
introduction
Alive.
to Frampton was Frampton Comes Alive, Wayne's World 2, when it came in the mail.
With box of Tide.
Box of Calgon. Ancient Chinese secret, huh? I got Wayne's World, and pretty much I have no. You know how much real estate Mike
Cross
Myers?
the T's.
You know how much real estate Mike Myers has in my brain?
He's one of the.
He hasn't made a
greats.
movie in 20 years.
Love Guru.
Probably 20 years ago. Probably, and he fell apart after that movie. He had
Why?
to go hang out with because people panned it and called him a racist.
Yeah, I know. Hello there.
And it was, it had some tones.
That's not
Dude,
racist
it's
at
if
all.
he can play a British,
It's funny.
If he can play a British swinger,
Yeah.
then he can play a fake Indian.
I
love
thought
guru.
about that. I thought about that on the other
Beverly Hills Ninja. Chris Farley didn't get the business. See, I just want a standard.
We
that
said
can all
Irish
follow.
twins on the show.
That's a thing. Is that derogatory?
Yeah.
It's not derogatory.
Yes, it is.
Why? Because the
It's
Irish
saying
used
the
to bang it
Irish.
out?
Yes.
Well,
I think people could take that now in today's age as I can't believe you said that.
I got enough Irish in me, and I've had enough Irish in me that I'll make whatever Irish joke that I want.
That's the interesting thing, too, to bring it back to the tribal thing. I don't want to hurt anybody, right? I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to make anyone feel bad. Totally. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's. You think you can go through life like that? No. Some people change from being hurt, but it's their own crap they're dealing with that is hurting them. If you are coming from a place of love and reliance of the tribe, if you say this is what is going to work for the tribe, maybe I'm not right, but I know what you're doing is self-destructive and there's a lot of BS going on, and you go, oh man, I'm hurt that you would say I've been drinking too much or whatever thing that, Steve, you've been pulling out your huge dong way too much. You know?
Like that makes me feel bad about myself, bud.
And then so, you get into those modes and it's like, oh, maybe that's that person's crap they're dealing with. And it's okay to hurt people to change. They were talking about fat shaming on Rogan, that sometimes fat shaming works. But I don't have all the answers.
A lot of times. It doesn't feel good to be fat shamed.
I don't want to hurt anybody, but also you can say the truth. Sometimes a kid will say something to you that kind of cuts to your core just because they're putting it out there. You don't really judge them for that. Were you going to text during the show? You're texting during the show.
I'm listening to you, buddy.
No, you're not. You're not.
I'm also teaching my kid. Go ahead.
But you get it.
I do get it.
What did I say?
I don't know at the end. I don't know at the end.
Thank you.
Guys, I've never listened to Steve.
Thank you. Steve is
I know. Well, that's when I tuned out. I'm not here for that. Listen.
Take the elevator?
Yeah, sure.
All right,
we'll talk about it downstairs.
Okay.
Hit the button.
Boop. Let's jump up on 3. 3, 2. Wait, we'll jump up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
How should I knee? Sorry, I always try to put you in situations where you're gonna blow it out.
Fine. I'm have to figure it out eventually. This is my life. I want to be able to jump again.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish lady. Farewell and adieu,
do you know Lady
of Spain?
Do you know Lady of Spain?
I do believe it. Going back to Boston and something. No, I don't.
Did you make that up? That was awesome.
That is. They sing it in
Portuguese
Jaws.
People refuse.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair Spanish lady. Farewell and adieu to my old Spanish friends.
I'm Portuguese and I will not.
I don't know.
Fat shaming it doesn't feel great, but it works. That was the point they were
But it
making.
also makes people kill themselves sometimes too. Yeah, so you got to find a balance there.
Yeah, totally.
It's all about balance.
I'll tell you about balance, bud. On
You
this
will.
day in 1993.
Why you're hammering that list?
On this day in 1993, this was topical.
He's hammering it.
On this day in 1993, the Great Flood of 93 ended.
What? How do they say that? All the water
went back down. It went back down below flood levels.
Oh, and that just ends the chaos and misery?
I don't think that's what they said.
I think that's what you're implying.
That's not what I'm implying. It's not what I'm implying. At that point, in October, do you remember 93? Like, I remember
Do I remember
saying,
93?
Oh, you lived in it. You lived in the sludge.
My house flooded. The river to Pear was
so
in
close.
my basement.
Was it really?
Yeah, in the Mississippi in River to Pear.
Did you guys have to relocate, or did you just?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We had to go to my grandma's house, where she blamed me for everything. Anything bad happened there, she's like, "That's Steve's fault."
Was it just wasn't Yaya?
No.
You would never talk about Yaya like that.
Are you kidding?
This is other grandma. Get it together.
No,
other
I
grandma.
love her too. I love her too. She was right. She was right.
we
I
love-
messed up. I messed up a few things,
Well,
so
I
I could see
couldn't
why
do
she was on my ass.
Couldn't do any wrong.
But I was like,
I didn't
hey,
do that.
Yaya would never do this to me. So I kind of had that crap going on in my head. I love Nana. I'm actually going to hang up some of her art in here. I just love how much people loved Nana too. Even though
Nana's got art?
Yeah.
Because my grandma, Coco, my dad's
Really?
mom, was a painter.
Well, I'm such an asshole. My mom was like, you want some of this art from your grandma? And I was like, save it.
Listen, every time, Mom,
she
time I
got me
take art from
football
other
cards
people-
at Christmas. All the kids.
I remember this story.
Yeah. Everybody gets a bunch of cards.
This is when I fell in love with this particular grandma because it was a spiteful Christmas gift.
Why? Why?
Why did she do? I can't answer for your grandmother, but I can say that I like her style.
Everybody got the cards that
They wanted.
they wanted.
Like the respective sports, right?
They asked what sports you liked, and I liked basketball, baseball, and hockey. Football was the only one I didn't want. It was hard to find football cards.
Yeah, it never really trended to,
Baseball, hockey, one cousin. Baseball, hockey, other cousin. Baseball, hockey, other cousin. Last cousin right here. Football. What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? I think she was mad about the flood because I had to live with her. And I remember I hung a towel on the door hanger. The towel.
And it knocked it off.
I was 10 years old and it fell off and she lost her mind.
I bet you'd know the words of it was Lady of Festus.
Farewell and adieu to you, sweet
My
lady.
people are Portuguese, Diane. I'm not celebrating your Spanish roots. I've already brought shame upon their name by being a member of the Spanish Society.
Come on, man. Let that go.
Can't, won't.
Did the Greeks and Portuguese?
They probably got along.
Yeah.
And Portuguese owned the seas for a long time. So
Before the Brits?
yeah. Because of their development of the caravel, which was a much larger ship, carried a lot of cargo, and was a lot faster and everything. That's why Marco Poco? Who was Marco Polo's evil counterpart. He was a little loco.
His brother Aka?
Yeah.
Acapulco? That was good. That was good.
Hang on a second.
Let's do the
moment of Jason Long is a cockslinger. Can I just say that? Can I just put that out there?
Yeah.
Sweetleaf is doing big things.
Beckett's. They were called Beckett's.
Yeah, Beckett was the. Oh, is that what he's asking? Yeah.
No,
the Beckett price guide.
Yeah, for cards. Ricky said what he used to look up cards in magazines, and I was like, dude, they're called Beckett's.
Beckett's broken.
Jeez, what a dweebo. I will trade you. I don't know. 3 of my Cardinals who are really good. I'll trade you a.
Can you imagine looking somebody in the face in like 1991?
Ken
Bottenfield. Hey, dude, I'm gonna trade you a Joe McGrain.
Tom Brunansky, McGrain for that Greifey.
Yeah,
who's that Greifey Jr.?
I'll trade it for that
Greifey Jr.
Doc Gooden. His name just sounds cool. I'll give it to you.
I used to hustle kids in card trading, bud.
I believe you.
To the point I felt guilty about it.
Did you give him back?
Hell no.
So it wasn't that guilty.
I could talk someone into trade me some crap, to where parents I knew hated me. I knew parents hated me.
Yeah. Oh, I had to have that conversation with my kids, like with their Pokemon cards and.
Gotta catch them all.
You wouldn't believe what I tried. I was like, hey, look, would you want somebody to take advantage of you, man?
I traded all my hologram cards for a checklist.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to go fight his dad.
Even crazier is like, kid comes home one day with like an old iPod. I'm like, what is going on here? My buddy traded to me for those KD shoes that I had. I wasn't wearing them. I'm like, wait. You have an iPad. You traded a $150 pair of shoes, which I didn't get you, for $150. These are mega trades.
Keith Durbin
shoes. Yes, that's Keith Durbin.
Yeah.
Keith Durbin.
Thank you.
But like that, and then I was like, okay, tomorrow, come back with your shoes. Give the kid his iPad. This isn't. We're not trading.
Why not let him do barter time?
Although that's at the same time, it's like, because they're not.
Was it an iPad that was worth more than his shoes?
No, I think they're probably
comparable trade.
I think they're probably comparable. It's just an uncomfortable amount of money.
It's KD.
To be trading Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he's with the Lakers now?
Yeah.
Is he?
I don't care. I don't care about the NBA.
I got his shoes on too.
But I'll tell you this:
he wears Columbia hiking shoes.
Yesterday was the lowest ratings in history for the NBA Finals.
For our show?
Nobody cares.
For our show?
Nobody cares.
The finals are on?
Sports. Yeah, dude, I found out this morning. I was like, Lakers versus Heat. That means West versus East. They're in the finals?
Wow.
Whoa. 3-1 already. We're almost done.
No.
Yeah.
Are they playing 3-quarter games like the Cardinals were doing? Doing 7-inning games. What a travesty to baseball that was.
You want to take a little?
Yeah, we're overdue.
I traded a pair of Jinko jeans for a Joe Montana card. Struggle was real. Listen,
that's
Ricky
a
Starling,
great
I'm going to
trade.
tell you something.
Great trade.
I'm going to tell you something about 1993, Steve. My favorite football player in the world, the person that I wanted to be, former Golden Domer,
little 10-year-old Craig,
four-time 9-year-old. Four-time, I was born in 84,
that's right.
late 84.
You're young.
4-time Super Bowl champion, Notre Dame quarterback, Joe Montana, the greatest of all time. He's still the GOAT, better than Brady. I don't want to talk about it. Gets traded to my favorite team. I was too young to remember the same.
When does that ever happen?
Never?
Marshall Faulk, it happened to me.
There you go.
Unbelievable. It's a
few
feeling
years
like
later.
no other. It's happened one time in my life.
Yeah.
One time in my life.
1993, I find out that the Chiefs may be saved from Marty Schottenheimer's bullshit play calling by adding the greatest quarterback of all time. Who, yeah, sure, he's on the backside. But they got Marcus Allen now, too, bud. They got Derek Thomas and Neil Smith running shit on the defense.
Derek Thomas was
We're going to do
beast.
We're going to do it. And so that was my story about 93 there, pal.
Was Gonzalez? No, Gonzalez wasn't there.
No.
No.
Yeah, he was far later.
Far later.
You had on offense.
Who else was big for
like
him?
later on, I was such a Chiefs fan. Like Andre Bad Moon Rising came there from the Falcons.
Bad Moon Rising.
And I'm stealing Chris Berman's shtick. Dale Carter was running the corner. And a lot of these guys, like Neil Smith and Dale Carter, end up going to Denver. They end up going to Denver, winning a couple Super Bowls with Elway and Terrell Davis.
Yep.
What a kick in my balls.
I bet that
and this was around the time
Elway getting spun around.
St. Louis had just gotten the Rams.
And we were
after
awesome.
Completely shitting the floor on an expansion team that would still be here if we didn't.
Stampede. Wait, was that what when the
That was
Stallions?
It was the Stallions, Stampede, Archie's. Like they had a dumb fucking name.
Archie's was never in play.
It was in play.
Archie's
It
was
little
never
Archie
in play.
comics. That was their fucking.
The St. Louis Baphomets was in play too.
The St. Louis Veiled Prophets. Dude, we got to make the shirts. Let's do it. I would make Veiled Prophet shirts if they didn't look like fucking Klans members.
Oh, some of them don't. You could do like a hot chick with a mask on, kind of.
Oh, almost like the one we got that says it might be a sex.
Well, no.
Oh, I got you with the masquerade mask.
Yeah. No. Like the one that goes over here that has like the jewels on it, goes over your mouth, has jewels, and kind of looks Persian. Thank you.
I'm with you.
Yeah, one of those.
Well, let's look into it.
They have a little bit of that going on in the Veiled Prophet. I'm not sure where
whole,
that's.
We still.
It's like Southern Ball
meets. We still got to do a deep dive on it. It was certainly rooted in supremacy, but it was fascinating. It's still going on.
It's still going on.
It was called out, I think, in the 60s, maybe 70s, by maybe I don't want to say a Black Panther group, but I think it was Black Panthers. We got to do some more digging on this because it's so, dude. My childhood. First off, the VP Fair. The VP Fair was like
the VP Fair was
get to go down one day, probably go show some Marines how to do pull-ups, bro. Because I'm gonna be a Marine one day, and then when it's all done, we're gonna go sit in my family's business parking lot and watch the fireworks
and the air show.
And the air show, a Harrier still blows my mind.
Taken right off.
Still blows my mind.
They can't do it. It's never happened before.
How do you do it?
I remember seeing the Stealth for the first time out there too.
Dude. So the air, all of this VP Fair, I was like, what? Seems kind of strange that we have a fair for the vice president.
Totally.
What the hell is the VP Fair? Didn't know. Still didn't know for the longest time. I was damn near adult. Someone's like, I'd already moved out of town. They're like, no, dude, that's like this whole. I remember my dad being like, it's this rich person's club, like whatever. But then when you find out that it was kind of a party, the parade, the fair, was thrown for like just the regular working class people to remind them that, hey, we're not all that different, bud. We're not all that different.
We
We're
do
all
the same
friends.
thing.
We do things.
Don't look at me like that.
Last night we were in three-piece suits, tuxedos, and white gloves, and tails, and
fingers in each other,
tongue in each other, bungholes. Sure, we were doing that.
They
but
drink
today,
wine. Bunghole's a wine hole.
Yeah. You keep wine in bunghole. Who didn't know that?
It's spiced.
Let's go.
No. You're absolutely right. And just to drop a little piece of history on you.
Yeah.
Not on this date in history.
Yeah, no.
But you know who was one of the Veiled Prophet queen mistresses or whatever?
I think Bill DeWitt's daughter.
Oh, that was, I think, recently. One of them. But the chick from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Ellie Kemper.
Is that not a little weird?
Kemper Arena. Listen, like she comes from obscene wealth. Obscene wealth. And there's like weird fucking videos of her. Like, I don't want to judge anybody based on their internet anything. Okay? I don't, because if people took random. Yesterday, I was clipping the commercials out of our show because, guys, if you want to listen as a podcast, this is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you podcast. The Hoosier Sophisticate podcast is available to you. So I'm clipping the commercials and everything out, and as I'm clipping through, I'm like, oh man, if someone just stumbled on this show, who knows what they catch us in the middle of? I don't ever feel bad about what we're saying. But if we were judging people, like there's some weird internet videos.
Oh, God, yes. There's
some weird internet videos of us out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Really weird ones.
No doubt.
I don't know if anybody
don't believe anything
I don't know if anybody has seen the Freaky Fun from the fan page video. I hope nobody sees it.
Why? That's your finest work. It is your finest work. Yes. Yes. It is. Yeah. That underbite is something special. And what you said, the words out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a bunch of that hot, elite, weird stuff going on.
I don't care what kind of parties people have.
Listen, and the only reason I say this, right? The only reason I'm not judging anyone, but give me and you a bunch of money and you'll see the weird stuff happen.
Oh.
You'll see some weird stuff happen.
Like the weird
light
stuff
working.
Light working. I'm gonna make happen is going to open worlds.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting us on like.
I'm not shoving a pineapple
not,
in someone's. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's no, but we're like going back to the show previous with Hamilton Souther. I want to be a light worker.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really believe, and I don't really believe in that. But it's what I'm doing
it doesn't
anyway.
Require your belief, though, right?
No, it's what I'm doing anyway. It's what I'm seeing. It's what I see when people who are inspired by the show go and do inspirational things. They go and, you know what? I just been listening to your show. I've been a good person. I'm going to be good to someone else that you know. And I'm seeing it. They help someone move that they kind of met through this medium. I'm blown away by that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just powerful.
Let's go to commercial break. We're already in the final hour, dude. Let's wrap this thing up.
2 hours and 16 minutes.
Guys, after the commercial, where you're going to hear about our awesome sponsors, Native Hemp Extract, enter code HOSO at checkout for about another 30% off. Our sponsor, James Carlton, 314-961-4800. He's fantastic. He's a State Farm agent. He's going to insure you. And also, the Sweet Leaf Studios, where all the magic finna happen. Jason Long, listening to him yesterday talking about Kratom, really did set a little fire under me. Why am I? For as involved as I am in the drug conversation, the decriminalizing conversation, we take for granted things that maybe haven't been, but people are trying to. I take for granted the fact that Kratom's a plant medicine that's completely
Isn't that
illegal.
wild?
Yes, because I have. It's dumb. It's dumb of me. Like I'm getting on myself for that because there's no reason.
He took you to task a little bit,
and I appreciate that. I do. He Kratom shamed me, and I appreciate him Kratom shaming me.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I do because now I am. Because listening to him also talk to Michaela and give her some marching orders with customers coming in, I don't want to throw that out there what it was, but wow, Kratom is helping people in a big way.
Big way. I told you, buddy,
in a crisis that we all acknowledge is taking place and is real. And as much as we talk about ibogaine and its potentials to pull people off of opiates, we need to talk about Kratom and what it's doing to help people think clearly when maybe they're in a bit of an opiate haze. Not a bit of an opiate haze, a huge opiate haze. Yeah. When they're in the throes of an opiate addiction, how Kratom can maybe just kind of let a light shine in a little bit to, whoa! Kratom, let your light shine down.
Jesus.
I scared the piss out of you. I know. That's what I'm into. Anyway, so we're gonna learn a little bit more about Kratom.
Yeah,
because
we should.
It is saving people's lives.
Yeah.
And places like Sweet Leaf make that possible.
No doubt. That was the one thing I noticed from being at Farmington, that people came there to get Kratom. Everything else was kind of like, yeah, I need a pipe or whatever. I could see that Kratom was helping some people. And it's a weird thing because the CBD Kratom thing became this craze. CBD and Kratom. Here, we don't know really what's real. Everything's snake oil. Everything works. I don't know enough about it yet, but we should be open to all of the ways
that nature can heal us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, man.
Take us into that break, baby. Isn't that?
take our insurance, and are you cannabis friendly?
Yeah.
And they all said no. And then at that last phone call, that 8th phone call, I was like, do you know anybody that is? I'm desperate. I've called 7 other people. You're my 8th phone call.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm crying my eyes out. And this lady just felt bad for me and said, hold on, let me call you back in a few minutes. And they called me back, and they said that they would take him, but under a certain amount of conditions. And the main condition was that if they felt that cannabis was not working for him, then they would take him from us and put him in and Child Protective Services, and then they would take the other 2 kids too.
Oh,
because they were both underage.
Then
and we would be charged with child endangerment.
So they'd go to federal prison.
Yeah, we would go to federal prison. So we said, bring it on.
Hey guys, it's me, Kippy the Crazy Koala Bear, and I'm here to tell you about James Carlton Insurance.
Kids, quiet down.
It's the best.
Kids, quiet down and listen to Kippy.
Grown-ups need insurance, and Uncle James can help.
Right on.
Grown-ups need insurance. He's got the best reviews on Yelp. Grown-ups need insurance if they want to protect their house.
Yes, sir.
Grown-ups need insurance if they want to properly bury a spouse.
That's a bit morbid.
Grown-ups need insurance if they drive a truck.
Okay.
Grown-ups need insurance just so they don't get...
Whoa, Kippy, you can't...
Well, I was just going to say get in trouble.
Okay, well, it
you
sounded
don't
like you
want
were
to
going
get in trouble.
like you were going to say something else. James Carlton, State Farm Insurance. You can find him online at carltoninsurance.net, or you can call him at 314-961-4800.
Native hemp inside of me. 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 I got 1,800 milligrams going real good down my throat. When I wake up in the morning and I need a pick-me-up, well, I grab my bottle of native hemp and I splash it on my tongue. Lap, lap, lap. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me. Native hemp inside of me.
Native hemp extract, available at HoosierSophisticate.com. Enter code HOSO, H-O-S-O, at checkout for an additional 30% off.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Steve, we're back.
I've been having a blast this morning. I'm enjoying this.
I've had
several
so
chronic
much fun with you.
pain clients have amazing results from Kratom.
Wow.
Like severely herniated ruptured discs, looking at spinal fusions and rods on so many opioids, getting their life back from Kratom. That's awesome.
Boom.
Boom.
And what was it? The former Attorney General was trying to outlaw it with CBD. There's a whole history there with people trying to outlaw substances. It's a weird deal, man. It's
dumb.
Outlawing substances that allow us to either expand our consciousness or be able to live what we consider a higher quality of life. And going into that, we
If you haven't seen the Dare video, it's on YouTube. Mycelial Media.
Yeah,
YouTube.
like and subscribe if you'd like.
The Dare Lion is being canceled right now. It's not going.
I'd like to get
well
1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
He's going. Really?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. He's going. There's going to be a few more days he has to sit at the hearings.
Oh yeah,
and that's
Senator Lovett.
Man,
he's got some questions.
Talk about charisma.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby boy is oozing out of that guy.
You talked about people wanting to ban plants.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of like the writings and musings of the free market economist Milton Friedman.
Okay.
And last night came across a quote from him about the drug war.
Okay.
And see, if you look at the drug war from a purely economic point of view, the role of the government is to protect cartels, protect the drug cartel. That's literally true.
Okay, so the job of the government, if they keep drugs illegal,
is protecting
therefore
the cartel.
they are protecting.
That is literally true. There is no refuting that. Because the market still exists, we know that. Senator Lovett gave us some stats. We know that
you sound just like him.
What's the deal with that? I'm a mimic.
It's good.
He gave us some stats that show that no amount of prohibition will keep people from
your
doing
prohibition
what they
actually made it worse than what you set out to do.
Yeah,
that's an interesting deal.
At some point, somebody's just got to take the wheel back. Like
cannabis is legal medicinally.
Sure is, Jack.
In Missouri. We're gonna have cannabis, maybe flower, maybe concentrates, maybe edibles. We have a few different people saying a few different things, but we've heard personally in the next few days, a dispensary will have high THC content cannabis. Because right now, cannabis is being sold all over Missouri. It has been for a while. It's just low THC cannabis.
Totally.
Like we've
cannabis sativa L.
We've had to call it hemp oil. We've had to call it different. In Illinois, they have to have different things.
I love that Jason wants to just put a sign on that says cannabis sold here.
Yes.
It is technically right.
Yes, it is. It is cannabis. It's just low THC, and the stuff native hemp has.
Oh, dude, their CBG,
woo,
their Silver Haze and the Lifter, and I can't remember the name of the other.
Scruff, Super.
I won't do it justice, but
I won't do it justice.
It's
a weed name.
Okay, it's a weed name. They made it up. It really is delicious, though.
I know, and it smells
great.
unreal. Because past batches of CBD, you kind of look at it and go, "Cool,
yeah,
man, that's
I can
cool
buy this in the store.
did.
That's kind of neat.
That's cool. You did that. Cool. Who trimmed it? A blind wizard?
Not a blind wizard, just a blind hobo.
Why
with garden
hobo?
shears?
I just meant like a wizard. He's got better things to do, and he's blind.
Listen, are you telling me that a wizard couldn't just magically trim buds?
I'm
perfectly?
saying he doesn't care.
I just got to think that there is a simple magic spell that takes care of this to where he doesn't have to care and still procure quality buds.
He's proven a point.
Oh, okay.
He's proven
football cards. I get it.
He's proven
the wizard trim bud is football cards at Christmas.
Yeah.
I get it.
But now the CBD flower is really some of the prettiest buds.
Really good looking buds, man.
That you'll see with high THC too. But you've never been to a dispensary.
No.
People are going to be getting their cards in droves probably now. We're already way over what they thought we would have in cards, what the University of Missouri thought we'd have in cards by now, by like 4 or 5 times now.
So dumb.
So people are getting their cards. You can get your card here at Sweetleaf.
Sure can.
Put it out there. Come to Festus or Farmington. You can get your card. Pretty easy process. It can be easy, but seeing how someone who has no grasp of the way modern Square and internet and email exchanges go, and these are some older people who live out in the woods and they don't care about all the email stuff, but to get their card it's a 5-hour process, 6-hour process sometimes, because they come in and say, I don't have an email.
Yeah.
So places will work you through it. THC2 will help you through that.
No doubt.
A lot of places will help those people through it. I wish it was a lot easier. I wish it was so much easier. We'll work to that.
We're seeing how hard it is just to even be associated with cannabis and doing business online.
Yeah.
Credit card processing.
No doubt,
I mean,
man.
whatever. There's all kinds of gatekeepers and things that make that probably intentionally, but unneedingly make this so much more difficult than it has to be.
How long are you going to wait in line for the first dispensary?
I'm not.
You're not going to?
I mean, I'm going. We cover cannabis. We were the first people covering cannabis.
Yeah, we're
Missouri.
first ones ever.
So we would be dumbasses to not like be outside
I'm gonna go
of
out
the dispensary. It's fine. I'll go.
Oh my God. They'll probably let us in.
I'm not.
They'll probably let us butt in line.
I mean,
They'll
look,
let us
we've
butt
got
in
friends.
line.
I got people that I know are doing, going to do right by patients, and so those are the people I want to give my business to. But I don't see much for me. I don't see much need for a dispensary unless I'm getting edibles or concentrates. I'm Walter Matthau.
I wish.
If you were Jack Lemmon, Jack would be onto something. But like, I'm not standing in line for either concentrates or edibles. And so,
God, you're so much better than everyone. So much.
I don't want to do either.
Just
of
the
those
way
things.
you look at me, though.
I just don't want to do either of those things, and that's the only value that a dispensary brings to me. They're not going to be selling better flower than I already.
Don't you want to support the state that keeps prisoners in jail?
No, I don't.
You don't wanna do
I
it?
don't. I don't.
I'm an a-hole.
No, you're right though. You're right.
I'm an asshole.
No,
I do support the dispensaries.
I
but
don't
also
have it
it's
in me.
horseshit.
Here's that personal hunger thing that's real, right? I don't, as much as I want these funds to go to, things that are, veterans funds and all of that. I don't have the extra $100 to spend on my week's worth of medicine. I don't have it, and as
Not
much as
many
those,
people do.
As much as those veterans funds mean to me, they don't mean as much as me feeding my kids this week.
Yeah.
So that is with the minimum amount of licenses granted. That's the new challenge that is presented to me as a patient. I've got to pay more than I can afford to actually continue providing for my family in order to get the medicine that I have, because you're going to arbitrarily interpret language to mean the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking nonsense. Mm-hmm. It's nonsense. And a state that's run by Republicans, right, who campaign on being small government. We just want to get the government out of your life. And then they literally dump a fucking cock ton of government on top of this thing that was a solution to so many problems. Revenue, access to medicine, like two huge problems. We have an opiate crisis that this is going to help with. There's so many things it helps with. They're like, well, you fucking plebs have no idea how to best live your life.
Yep.
You have no idea how to use this responsibly or where to shop responsibly.
Yep.
So we're going to tell you exactly where you have. And we're going to put barriers on the amount of medicine created so that it's going to be more expensive for you to procure. And in the beginning, the cultivators are setting the price. Straight up. We got 5 facilities that have been approved. 5 facilities for 192 dispensaries.
Okay.
Cultivation pretty much gets to call their shots on how much it's worth. Eventually,
It's already bought.
All spoken for.
all
There's
spoken
going
for.
to be dispensaries maybe full before they ever see product. That's just the reality of the situation. There isn't enough product to go around, and
which is insane.
And there's not going to be, and
That's
it grows abundantly.
insane.
And we've got people that moved home that are unbelievable. Cultivators. Horticulturists, man. People that are growing world-class medicine with their thumbs in their ass. Can't find a job doing it. And then we have some companies that are offering $15 an hour to do chemistry, to do extraction. It's insane. And all of these things, like I'm not sucking your dick for making this harder for me. I'm not paying you more than I need to for something that I already have access to. Mm-hmm. And that's people always talking about, like, I don't think I should have to pay for a cardigan. I feel for those people that thought that maybe went in and bought a card thinking they were going to be able to get weed.
Yep.
I do. However, that card is worth being able to possess
1
a lot of
million
medicine, being
trillion
able to grow a lot of medicine. Even if you're growing subpar medicine, you could grow enough medicine for yourself.
That's a slight use the system to your advantage right there.
100%. So I don't have a problem with the card process. I do have a problem with the brakes that the government has put on it, and especially the party of limited small government and personal responsibility.
Why renew every...
Fuck you, personal responsibility. Let me be personally responsible.
Yes.
You know?
Why renew? Why the renewal? That's what pisses me off.
Oh, that's also dumb. I guess that's just
so dumb. So dumb. Once you qualify... Good. For life.
Yeah.
And okay, the black market versus...
I think because if you're treating it as a medicine, they use the same model. They use the same model as they would pharmaceuticals, which flies in the face of having a properly supplemented endocannabinoid system. It flies in the face of it. We don't have a fucking opium system in our body. Like, it's not the same thing. The reason you have to go back for a doctor and say, no, the pain's still there.
We have opiate receptors. Right?
We do have receptors, but we don't have like a nervous system that depends on their use.
They think could be one of the biggest factors in overall homeostasis. Yeah. The endocannabinoid system, connected with everything, CB1 receptors, CB2 receptors, possibly CB3 receptors. We don't even know yet because it's such a dang dirty devil drug that we've had to keep it out of the people's hands. The black market right now, you know your prices. We all know our prices.
They're pretty fixed.
We all know
They've
our prices.
been pretty fixed for
They've
a while.
been getting better and better since we were in high school. Been getting so much better.
As far as for kind. Well, yes. there was always a so here's what a free market does. There was always a level of cannabis you could afford.
Yep.
And when you could splurge for a little bit better, you would. Yep. And then as that better cannabis became more and more available, it pushed the cheaper cannabis out because why would I spend that when just a couple bucks more gets me that? That's how markets work.
Yes.
That's how they work.
Yes. And so right now, the black market, in my prediction, I'm sure people who are in legal states can already tell me what is probably going to happen, but I assume the black market still flourishes, and it flourishes by their prices probably getting a bit cheaper because obviously we have tracking systems, but there should be way more cannabis in this state than there ever has been. In my opinion, maybe not. I don't know.
Totally.
But then you have where you have all of this overhead and you can't use the same system that allows you to have a business like you would with cannabis. You have to follow an entirely different set of rules and regulations than if you were doing everything else. And I think a lot of people, myself, I'm not thinking a lot of people, myself before says, when we first got into this, we had a conversation like, do we want to open a dispensary one day kind of deal? And we both go, nah, we should probably just cover the cannabis media and not knowing. But in my head, I go, dispensary, millionaire. That's what you do. You're the first guy who can sell it. My just short-sighted vision. Dispensaries, I don't think should ever produce any type of millionaire unless it comes with like this full package experience. Yeah. This whole thing that makes it what it is, a ceremonial thing, this whatever your niche is. Because now that we have the ability, we've seen greenhouses, bud. Yeah. As far as the eye can see, fields as far as the eye can see.
We could have 200 of those.
Let Denison grow as much. Denison could probably help our entire community.
Yeah.
The entire city of St. Louis. One guy, a couple guys, give them enough land to farm this medicine on a grand scale.
No doubt.
Where we say, yeah, guess what? Soy, corn. Oh, and this stuff is a rotational crop, so it actually brings nutrients back into the soil for these farmers. That's what I thought was so amazing in Illinois. Some of these old school farmers saying, God, yeah, hemp, yeah, grow it. It does all these good things for the soil, and oh, yep, we're in. And I was like, man, you think older farmers would be like, get that damn devil drug out of here. No, it was a different deal talking to some of them. It's possible.
that you could just grow enough to flood it with RSO, to have enough RSO to go around in St. Louis, Missouri for everybody to help with all of their ailments, because we've seen on a personal level how RSO can help and how right now doctors, I keep saying doctors' hands are tied when it comes to that. Are they? Are they really?
No, they're
are
not.
they really, really tied? When they look at themselves and say, ooh, were my hands tied? Or is this just the next, I'm following a book. It says do this. It says do this. It says do this. Protocol. And it gets into the whole good cops, good doctors, bad doctors. You got to take it on a case-by-case basis. But what I want to do is encourage people and doctors, people to ask their doctors, and all the doctors that may watch this, which is none, but maybe they say, oh, I got to learn about this stuff. I have to.
Well,
because there are people who are dying. Yes. And there are people who are dying, who are suffering, who are feeling, there's so much pain and trauma that can be relieved with someone with a nice base of knowledge of the endocannabinoid system, diet, how nature can have an effect on you. All of these little niche things, and all the basis of the doctor, knowing all the names in the body, all of that stuff. Because you need to, if you had a little bit of each of that, to be able to guide someone through having tumors in their body that a regular doctor would say, yeah, you only have this much time. Okay, well, let's throw everything we can at it, because there's enough anecdotal evidence with RSO that it deserves, people deserve to not have their lives ripped apart if possible. If we can create fields of medicine and then you think of Aubrey Marcus and him getting a song from the Rose Bush. How many secrets have been kept from us that live in nature that we need to get back to, man?
Yeah, brother. I mean, listen, that's one of the big challenges is we've got to stop thinking that we are this thing that is experiencing life on top of this other thing, and then understand that we are all just this thing experiencing life. It's all just like 98% of us is made up of not us, of emptiness and bacterium, like.
Well, even atoms are empty space.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even 99% of that's empty space. We are very little makes us, and we are just a Mandelbrot sequence where we are that same thing on top of this other giant living organism, and it is the same thing on top of this galactic superorganism, and that is this big thing on this galactic universe, and that thing is this thing on top of this multiverse. We are not separate things experiencing life on separate things. It is all a part of the same thing. And so for anybody to stand in the middle of it and say, you can't do that, it might be unhealthy for you, is a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing to think.
I mean, I get it. If one guy on that tribe show, The Wilderness, was yelling at this other guy because his feet were too close to the fire and they got into a tiff. But he was just,
his feet were too close.
He was falling asleep and his feet were on this bar above the fire.
Looking out for him.
Totally. And he's like, dude, I wasn't even close to the fire. And it's like, well, you never know. You're sleeping. I've seen J-Rob catch on fire while he was sleeping too close to the fire. I know, right? Jeez.
It was J-Rob last time.
I know. Little guy.
Why are we talking about that guy so much?
We love him.
That's true. I love J-Rob.
Yeah, no, it's turtles all the way down. I mean, isn't that
turtles all the way down.
then the freaking concept of that?
That is the concept of that. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know what has to happen other than I would really like people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about to not make rules about what they don't know what they're talking about. That's all.
That's the world we're living
in
Missouri right now.
That's all I'm asking for. I'm asking for less rules because you don't fucking know shit. How about that? Like, that's where I'm living.
And the first step is to admit you don't know shit. And there is a little bit of that going on with the HSS. I will say they have been very open. At least Fraker has.
Yeah, Fraker's been a good... He's been a good front man for me. He's taken a lot of heat for shit that probably wasn't his deal. You know.
How about the implementation? Did you see the bar graph? And follow Nate on Cannabis. Follow KC Weed Blog. Nate on Cannabis, you might have to find him on Twitter more now and on YouTube.
I think he's starting something up like
and he's
Culture
got something
magazine or something. Cured magazine.
Cured.
Sorry.
Yeah. So follow all that. KC Weed Blog, our buddies. Follow
Evolution Mag, Greenway Mag, but whatever. Get your information wherever you can.
Yeah, I mean, don't have us tell you everything.
What the hell do we know? Look at
we don't know anything. We got a table. But the implementation, it's weird to. Hey, we're pretty quick. If you look at all the other states, we're right there, a little bit quicker than average, I believe. Mm-hmm. Okay. 33 states have done it before us. 32. We were part of like 31, 32, and 33. We're the show me state. That's the stupidest thing ever, kind of, in a way. Because like, show me how to do it. Yeah, then I'll do it. We should be improving all the time. But we saw how other people did it. Our implementation should have been, shoot.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, what did everybody else do? Learn from their mistake, learn from their mistake, learn from theirs. Oh, and by the way, it's a plant that can grow in a giant field.
Yeah.
This isn't something that is like I was listening to Duncan Trussell and he's like, man, I remember looking up, I'm going to make LSD in college. And then he saw these chemists making LSD and he goes, I'm not going to make LSD. I don't know if I can do it.
There are some things I can't do.
Yes. And you could probably figure it out. But cannabis with guys like Bo, and then we see Josh Loftus and George Nolan. Yeah. These guys are Bobos. They're no better than us at all.
Andrea Miller, one of my favorite people from Project 422.
Cardinal?
Andrea Miller.
Oh, Andrea. And she don't want her name. She who shall not be named is what we should call her. No, I don't think she cares on our show. But I think she would respect that because she is legit.
She grows fire trees.
And she's like, this is medicine, been medicine. I live off the motherfucking land.
Yep.
You all
the plants. Like, I'm not just talking about cannabis.
You do whatever you do. I am living the life of Mother Nature right now. And don't know me. Don't know my name. Don't know anything about me. I'm just going to live in the plant realm, buddy. Yep. That's all I want to do. Andrew's one of the best, dude.
Yeah. Listen,
but if they can do it, anybody can do it.
Dude, I watched Big V. These guys, Levon. I mean, there are people on the Missouri Cannabis Network that are posting just
Michael
Jake from Rooted Organics is growing Rooted Organics out in St. Charles. Big fan of Jake Tracy, dude. He is such an awesome dude.
I gotta get out there. I gotta get out there.
Backcountry Farms.
I gotta get
see
out
that
there.
sticker there. There you go, right there. Backcountry Farm. My favorite little logos. And
oh yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
great
just the
meeting. Idea behind it.
Love
Great
it.
Dude.
Love
me some Jake.
Yeah.
That dude's growing some buds they're just ridiculous. They're ridiculous.
They are, dude.
They're ridiculous.
Back in 5 to 15 years ago, that was only in High Times. Only in High Times magazine.
Oh, and even then, like the ones that were winning, like the Cannabis Cup and everything, dude. I don't think that some of the Cannabis Cup winners in 1999.
Oh, sure. I'm with you.
Looked like some of the home-grown, cultivated flower that is happening in Missouri.
It's unbelievable.
Science has come a long way. Not to say that there hasn't always been potent cannabis, because that's something Josh Law says. He's like, hey, look, man, cannabis has always been potent. It's just what the growers could get out of it. But on a wide scale, the information that's available, the nutrients, the lights, the tools for growing cannabis that are pretty readily available to everybody. Because I think about not just having a home grow setup that doesn't just include cannabis, but if you could have your garden indoors all time.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you're not just waiting for the spring
Okay.
to plant. I get a little. I don't want to belch into the microphone.
Why not?
Seemed rude.
Uncouth.
Uncouth. Yeah.
Are you excited? I already asked you if you're excited about the dispensaries. Not exactly. You will end up in one at some point, right?
Totally. I'll be at one in a couple weeks.
Okay.
I'll be at one in a couple. I'll be at one next weekend.
I want to give you and maybe our
Doing
viewers
a telethon for Aiden's Alliance.
Exactly. You're right. October 17th.
October 17th.
7 to 10.
We're doing
superhero.
a telethon, superhero
Alliance.
Superhero meetup for Aiden's Alliance. There's going to be watch parties.
We should be better.
And costume
We're hosting
contests.
it.
Yeah, we think.
Watch parties, costume contest. Who are you going to be? Do you know how to tell? I'm going full dick Dr. Manhattan.
Full dick Dr. Manhattan? You bad mamma jamma. I'll probably be like Harley Quinn or something.
Oh, yes.
Sex it a little bit.
Yes, dude. You wore that yesterday, and it was
Oh, if you're going full dick Dr. Manhattan, I'm going Mystique. Tucked.
Yeah. That's how we do things.
Tucked, bud.
We thought it was 7 to 10 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 10 at night, and we were jacked.
And we're here for it.
I still
am open to it.
Yeah.
You want to go live at 7 to...
We have a meeting, though, one of those days. It's fun. We got like a whole business thing.
Come to my lake house. Whatever. Whatever.
I want to give people a little bit of advice on the dispensaries.
Fine.
I don't know if they're going to have weed yet or concentrates or dabs. I want to let you know that if you've never taken a dab before and you don't really smoke very often, dabs probably aren't the way to do it. You know, people were asking about dabs, new people. Hey, I'm new to cannabis. How do I do a dab? How do I work a dab rig?
If a dab was my introduction
don't start there.
to cannabis, I would never use it.
Don't start at dabs. So that's one bit of advice I'm going to give people, because the waxes, sugars, all of that stuff. I don't know who these bud tenders are going to be.
No, nobody does.
I don't know.
But based on what they're paying chemists, they're not going to be making any money if they're tending bud.
Yeah, what are they? Do they have to make minimum wage?
How cool would it be? Well, yeah.
I mean, is that part of the deal?
You know, I don't know. Maybe not the federal.
You know,
they have to meet the state minimum wage. You wouldn't have to pay the federal minimum wage. It's a federally illegal business.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
I like it. how about I'm running a whole cannabis dispensary sweatshop, bud?
Good for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm maximizing profit.
Patient-based. Patients first. You got to put things that says patients first.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
How cool would it be to have, when we talk about bud tenders, like if a bud tender was like a bartender, where you could walk in like Amsterdam or something, you go into a little coffee shop, I'll throw you a $2 tip on top of that little cone you're finna roll me, bud tender.
Oh, yeah.
That's not what it's ever going to be.
In Amsterdam, it's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Everything's already kind of prepackaged. I don't know if they'd roll you something.
Which, by the way, can we talk
not prepackaged, but it looks like they rolled it in Amsterdam. Amsterdam, they didn't have all of that.
Yeah.
They picked it out and gave it to you. It wasn't all of this red tape around it. But the dispensary, one of the dispensaries in Colorado Springs or Pueblo, the person was very knowledgeable, but it was also, you were at the iPhone store.
Yeah, man.
You were there. They had an iPad. They walked around with you. Oh, well, this is... And I didn't get the sense... There's no way this person experienced all this. It was basically, here is what the Leafly thing says. And that's point number 2. What Leafly says how you're going to feel off the terpenes and off of the cannabinoids that are in there, that not necessarily how you are going to feel.
It is that writer's subjective experience with those.
And it may be more of a percentage of people feel that, but don't go into dispensaries reading online or reading what the dispensary says.
Yeah, it's going to take you. Well, and actually,
doesn't work like that.
Phenotypes change from strain. I mean, it could be the same strain and be a totally different phenotype in the plant. So, like that is really like even when you think you have it dialed in.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're sticking with the clone.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that all exactly
unless you're
works.
sticking with the clone of that plant, like you're not necessarily Blue Dream here is not Blue Dream there.
Because they did. Remember, Bo was talking about that DNA sequencing company that will actually sequence the DNA of your plant, so that way you always have the exact DNA of the plant, and they track it. Remember that? Bo was talking about that. Because I asked him, how do you know when you clone something what exactly it is? If it's half of one, half of the other, and he's like, oh, there are systems that'll track it through DNA.
But I also want to say tip number 3, trust your nose. So like you go in there and you hear of kinds, you hear of different things. If you're going in there to just get flour, and let's say step 4 here is start small, whether it be edibles, flour, pen, because a lot of people I think will choose the pen cartridge. I think they'll use a cartridge with a battery, and watch out for extra added flavors in there. I don't think there's a problem with them, but in my personal recommendation, if those should taste like cannabis to me, not Fruity Pebbles vape pen. I don't get all that. They'll add extra terpenes.
I don't want those extra flavors.
But that's weird to me. I don't like it altered. I want it available easily. So you can go into a dispensary and smell. Your body has a sense to know through smell what type of terpenes it needs for its endocannabinoid system. Trust yourself. Don't be overwhelmed when you go into these dispensaries. Check out all the dispensaries, see which one you like. And this is the biggest thing, point number 5. Support dispensaries that support the end of the war on drugs. Simple as that.
No doubt.
If the dispensaries has a mission statement that says they are going to help in ways to end the war on drugs, and it's not just lip service, those are the places I will gladly pay a little bit extra. Maybe, because I've actually seen prices that are pretty comparable to the black market as far as what is happening in other states when I was doing pricing. But support the people who are supporting an end to oppression of people just trying to expand their consciousness, because they're in the game now. I don't know if many people got into cannabis knowing that you're in the motherfucking club now, bud. And this is how we do shit here on this side. And it's like, well, no, we're on this side.
There was a really interesting...
We're on this side of it. No. We're still on this side. It's still federally illegal, okay?
Yeah.
You're with us now. I'm going to choose to support you because you're trying to put an end to it at the top or at the root.
Yeah. That kind of reminded me of, I think it was like a Radio Lab podcast or something I'd listened to. This has been a couple years ago, but it was the raisin cartel, basically, in California.
Really?
And it was like...
Those damn raisins were singing?
There's basically one company that is responsible for all the raisins. There's a few different raisin farms, but one company's kind of bringing them through. And there was like a new raisin guy on the block.
What?
And there was a whole lot of, you better figure out how to fit into this club, or we'll make sure that not a single one of your raisins is ever tasted.
Oh my God.
So when you were talking about how like you're in this club now, I think that exists a little bit for everything. Things like that flourish the more and more the government gets involved. We were talking about how the state has made it difficult.
Sure.
And I know we're getting close to the end of the show, but we can kind of riff if you want to for a
2
second.
minutes.
DHSS just recently said that pre-rolls are considered a manufactured good. So dispensaries will not be able to offer pre-rolls unless they come from someone with a manufacturing license.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because it will have to have gone through a process.
No.
It's the dumbest thing. That was like last week.
Are we worried about people slipping stuff? Is that really the narrative for that? Is that really why the reasoning? So that say, ooh, I don't know what's in this pre-roll from a business person, a human who I have to trust anyway. Yeah. If they want to kill me, they can do it anyway. They don't have to poison this cannabis, like lace it with something. Are we really living in that world to where an older person who needs it,
arthritic, anything?
Yes,
like, there are so many people.
Do
you know anybody that doesn't know how to roll a joint? Because I know 1,000 who smoke weed. Like
I don't know how to roll a joint. 1,000,000%.
How often are you the guy that's having to roll one?
The guy.
I'm the guy. Like what's what we do?
Yes. Which is kind of nice.
Anthony Bourdain says it is an essential life skill to know how to roll a joint. And I got to say, I agree with it.
I agree with it.
But
no, you need the dispensary to say, I'll fill this cone for you. You have these problems that your doctor came in here and said, I recommend you go in there and get it. Thank you. Okay, cool. I recommend this type of bud for you. Okay, well, what do I do with that?
Now.
I've got these flowers here. What do I do with that? Oh, well, you break it up. It's a grinder. You got to get a grinder. That's an extra $40. That's an extra $10 to $50. Now you need an apparatus, glass. That's an extra $10 to $5,000 if you want to get crazy. 10 to 40 if you want to go on the cheap end. It's insane that they're making it so hard to get medicine and to help. Their job should be to help educate us. DHSS keeps throwing this commercial in my face about the opioid crisis,
Buddy,
and I keep waiting for it to have.
I comment on every one of them.
I keep thinking it's a cannabis ad. I'm like, oh, cool, finally.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, this dude just got over it through strength and willpower.
Yeah, he
good
went
job.
to a couple meetings where a couple people told him he was doing good.
You guys,
I comment on every one of them. They don't come up in my feed anymore. I used to comment on every one of them and be like, then I'm glad. I said that I'm glad to hear that DHSS is going to be behind whenever we get ibogaine legal to pull people off of opiates. That's what I would say on every single one. I'm glad that DHSS.
Oh, you're on the list now, buddy.
I'm glad DHSS realizes that we need to legalize psychedelic treatment to pull people off of opiates. It's clearly getting enough of your money and your attention that you're going to spend my money to blast everybody's profile with it. Well, God damn it. I want my money to go towards us finding actual solutions instead of bullshit Band-Aids.
I guarantee that commercial shot $40,000 to shoot. Took about 40. I've seen how commercials
shoot one with
do.
Chris Wolfenbarger tomorrow that'll knock its dick in the dirt. So DHSS, what I'm saying is, we're available for a
we can do
steep discount.
Steep
discount, bud.
Use a soda can, duh.
Hey, bud, we did it, man.
We did?
I can't believe it's 10 because I'm just kind of getting amped up, but we got to do this 5 days a week.
Yeah, we can save some.
We can save some, but I'm going to give you this date in history just to end this show. On this day in history, 19 years ago.
Let me guess. 19 years ago.
2001. This date in history.
Backstreet Boys.
Think darker. Think darker.
Patriot Act.
Close.
What?
We went to war in Afghanistan.
God, what?
19 years ago today, we went to war in Afghanistan. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember last year at this time they said the first people who were born after
serving with their fathers.
Yeah.
There's people serving with their fathers in Afghanistan, guarding poppy fields with machine guns. It's a mountainous desert region.
I was having a talk with Jen too to kind of extend this just a second.
We can do whatever we want. We can keep going.
The next show is on though at 10. Oh wait.
Okay. That's right.
Thinking about war heroes. When I was a kid, it was World War II, and they would march them through on Grandparents' Day.
Which is sad because
there's one left. More
than that.
No,
World War II.
Yes,
there's more than one World War II veteran left.
If you were 18 and 45.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch left.
There's one left.
There might have been.
We got to
one
keep
World
an eye
War
on him.
Left, and he's like 113 years
16.
old, 118 years old.
No, there's no way. Yeah. World War I ended in 1918. If you were 16,
he'd be 102.
He'd be 100.
Oh, if he was born then.
18.
Yeah, he'd be 120. Yeah, they're way gone.
Yeah, so. But I know it's getting
close.
Slim pickings.
Yeah, slim pickings.
What?
Yeah, Grace. Well, that's what I was getting at. Grace was like, when we were kids, we didn't talk about Vietnam all that much.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
the war hero story.
Yeah,
that the guy the sailor kissing the girl.
Sure.
Us beating Hitler.
The romanticism.
Pearl Harbor, man. Yep. These were all D-Day.
Rosie Riveter.
Normandy. Yes.
America came together to fight a war together.
What a time. I don't want to. War's bad, but wow. beauty. You found the beauty in it.
And there was amazing advances in technology.
Totally.
That
It
were
was
happening, that were
what a time to be alive, as long as you weren't in the shit. And the Korean War, is that the Forgotten War?
The what?
The Forgotten War?
What?
He's messing with me. But then, you have the Korean War. Yeah, my grandpa was in too.
But
then you had
Korea
Vietnam.
And Vietnam are okay.
And then you have the war in Iraq. We have the Gulf War, which is kind of a weird deal because people were like, I was in the Gulf War, and I was on the front line, and we kind of just went in there, and we were like, oh, cool, we're here.
The Gulf War,
and we showed all of our
over before it started. We just that was shocking.
I'm sure there was shit going on over there.
That was shocking all, bud.
But the way they showed us on our screens at home, it was like,
CNN
whoa,
covered the war. We saw how quickly.
No one has any chance. There's no chance. All those missiles shooting at night. The era of the era of the war hero kind of dead and gone.
Well, here's what's frustrating. War heroes are potentially forgotten. It doesn't take away the fact that these guys are total badasses and have done heroic feats.
No
What
doubt.
happens is you stay in wars long enough that the people don't believe in, that all of a sudden it doesn't really matter. Like now we're mad that the war heroes are even having to go through this.
Yeah.
Because here's the difference between Afghanistan and Vietnam. It's over twice as long. Think about the lives lost in Vietnam. Now, we didn't lose the kind of lives we lost in Vietnam. And that was something that kind of had to bring us to that point. But we're still losing we've still lost a lot of people in 20 years in Afghanistan.
Oh God, and just
so
civilian
that is
casualties.
The biggest difference
too.
between Korea, Afghanistan's been the length of Korea and Vietnam.
Afghanistan is where armies go to
staying there and
stagnate.
And yeah, all vets are heroes. As far as
are all vets heroes though? Like, I don't know if you can generalize that.
I don't want to. Yeah.
I don't know if you stand up and say
no, because
there is something admirable about that. But you can do awful things. We always get into that where it's always the hey, we is good or bad. You're probably just a series of your last choices anyway. War has got to be. I can't even imagine. I can't even begin.
I don't want to. I chose not to. We have a draft, but we don't use the draft.
Could you imagine me? That's what I was telling Jen too. The draft. Could you imagine being drafted into that shit?
Yeah.
Into the jungle.
I don't want to get caught up saying one way or the other, but I appreciate when other veterans and people that spent a long time humanize veterans because we do things based on the idea that all veterans are heroes, that they're fighting for this, that America's might is right. And so I try to separate myself from that. I talked about how as a kid I wanted to be a Marine. By the time it came time to be a Marine, I was kind of over that shit. Like I didn't, first off,
you're like, I'm going to play football and get pooned, baby.
Just none of it made sense. Yeah. Like I don't, like the only thing I kind of regret is like looking back on it, I'm like, it is a good way to set yourself up. You get a lot of discipline. You can make some connections. You get, if you decide to stay in, you make
the
a pretty
club
good living.
is romantic to me too. Yeah. Like having that brotherhood bond, I miss that in my life. I do. From being on sports teams, you get a little bit of it, but it's nothing.
Yeah, being in the club feels good. Being the camaraderie, you're right.
Yes.
Like being in a firehouse or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
it just feels when you're going
teammates
through
pulling
crap,
towards
trauma bonding together. I miss that, man. Like that's a great thing.
No doubt. 22 veterans a day do commit suicide. Many more try. 22 veterans a day complete suicide is what we used to say with Project 422.
And that's not even counting Texas or California, some of the biggest states.
That drops out 2 of the biggest states in the numbers too. It's way more than 22. It's a horrific number. And the brotherhood, man. You could count on everyone and everyone could count on you. That was the hardest part of becoming a civilian.
Oh, I bet.
I see that, and that's something that, not to trivialize it or minimize it, but like that's something that, like when we watch From Shock to Awe, I think that Medicine Ceremony gave back to some of these people because sometimes when you're in a trying time, no matter how short the length, the trauma bonding, like you were saying, the people who you helped overcome that trying time with become your brotherhood. They become your teammates. They become your partners. And he's found brotherhood through you guys. That makes me feel
through us, not you guys. He's found brotherhood through you guys.
Okay. Well, he just said I found brotherhood here, though, guys. I got it. Sorry, my brain did all
I
kinds
don't
of
like him.
stuff.
Dennison,
I hope so.
We love you.
Yeah,
we love you, dude. For real. It's been. I want to do more things that put us in situations where we can do like a little survival weekend, because you can have a boys trip and that's fun. Like the things we did on your bachelor party, bud. Ooh, they had to wreck the building.
We actually
had to
found
wreck
brotherhood.
They had to wreck
guys there through them.
They had to destroy that building after we got done there. Just so everyone knows, that building
we're gonna come
is
camping
gone.
with you. We're gonna come camping with you. You may look at us a little bit differently.
Oh,
but
no,
we're
he
going
gets
to
it.
do it.
He already knows. He was already in.
I got stuff
full
loaded
of
in. Maybe
shit.
we'll just save it for tomorrow since we went.
Yeah, save it for tomorrow. I might be late.
I want to. Yeah, might need it. Problem is that I got to find something a little lower key. Maybe I'll record something that's like a post meditation.
I tried to set my alarm to Bette Midler this morning and it didn't work.
Shared trauma. Laugh my fucking ass off. Yeah, that's true. We do. There was shit all over the place.
Shit.
My brother was sleeping on an aisle in the middle of the sea of shit.
And he looked up. I tried to wake him up. He looked upset. I left him on shit aisle.
It's not his fault. He was
he
was on just an.
It was neither of our fault.
Everybody was on an outrageous.
I didn't want him to get mad
and start sloshing around.
Yes,
get it. I get it. My brother has always woken up like a dickhead, a total dickhead. He's always done that since he was this big. Not me, man. I wake up. Hi, everybody.
I'm 50-50.
That's not me.
If I get woken up from a nap, I'm usually pissed.
Yeah, I don't even like naps. I'm just not.
I
a
have
nap
perfected
guy.
the 15-20 minute nap.
If those feel like they're 2 hour naps, buddy, I couldn't sleep.
I've perfected it. What you got to do is get yourself into a trance-like state, eyes barely open. You will fall asleep, and it will feel like you haven't, but you'll arise.
Ooh, that's some flotation tank.
Oh, and
technique.
then I'm like, oh, I still need more sleep. And you could probably head back down, but I implore you to get up in that minute. And I'm like, whoa, I feel weirdly refreshed right now.
Yeah, that's nice.
But if I take a day nap where I sleep
Hate
2
it.
hours,
I'm a brutal asshole. If I
and
do
I'm
that.
just groggy. I don't want to do it.
Sets me back.
Yeah.
Buddy, I have these 3 hours is almost not long enough for us.
They can't contain us.
Contain us, bud.
312.
I'm thinking about doing something a little crazy for them at the end of this thing. But
what are you gonna do?
Anything, I just want to tell everybody how much I love and appreciate them for joining us in the mornings. Apparently, I gotta go back to the house. So, thank you guys.
We love our fans. We love our
love
boys.
our fans,
we
and
love our
hope
ladies.
That maybe this is a message that there's something in here that you want to share or talk about with your friends later on. They continue the conversation in your circles, and 3 and 4 hours, and I'm recharged. Ross, that's the perfect length of one of our broadcasts. You just put us on
for a nap,
fall
nap
asleep,
out.
buddy. Nap out to us. I really do appreciate the thought that maybe we're starting a little conversation. I like starting my day with some laughs. It used to be like a 30, 40-minute conversation with us on the phone in the morning. Now we get to stretch that out a little bit. I'm enjoying waking up a little early, getting a little routine back in my day.
It's been a chore for me, honestly.
And it's gonna be great. Grace, we will make a customizable, or we will customize an alarm for everybody to download and play as their alarm. That could actually be really fun. Wake up, doo-doo.
Probably not that, but
maybe not that one. That might be something real nice though, Clark.
I got 2 songs that I played, 2 stingers I made things yesterday.
We'll add them in tomorrow, buddy.
Okay, I'm not saying it.
We'll just add them in tomorrow. We're gonna add them in.
Talk to me like that.
We're gonna add them in tomorrow, little guy.
I had so much fun with you today.
I feel like we talked about things that mattered. And that's all that.
Shake that dick. The desktop audio's off. The best. The desktop audio.
Oh, it is.
I saw it first.
I got 2 mice.
Why do you have 2 mice? I'll be listening. All right, guys.
Well, you don't need to do that, but what you do need to do is kill the desktop audio. And
okay.
I will take these
guys
out.
I will see
you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m.
See
for a little
you
meditation.
Later. Which is our
what's our sign off? Cowabunga.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah.
We're going with it. Until next time.
Cowabunga. Cowabunga, dudes.
He's the strongest one. He's the coolest one. He's the strongest one. He's the coolest one.
The strongest one in the schoolyard. The coolest one in the schoolyard. He's the strongest one in the schoolyard. He's the coolest one in the schoolyard.
Falling in love again in the schoolyard. Again I'm falling in love again in the schoolyard. I'm falling in love again.
He fell in love in the schoolyard. She's looking at me oh so hard. In the schoolyard we don't play games. In the schoolyard it's not about fame. In the schoolyard you fall in love. The schoolyard is all about love. When you fall in love in the schoolyard, you fall in love in the schoolyard. Dreams, and the schoolyard is not as it seems. In the schoolyard is where we fall, but don't forget who you are.